tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Cheers, bro. Caught you in your stubbies, did we? Caught you in your stubbies, did we?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's not enough.
Stupendous! Life comes to nothing. Vanished. No.
Cheer, bro.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Behold my searing gaze.
Bottom is missing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Zap. Chained in searing heat.
Light my way.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Mine.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Touché. What I miss? Captured in the flame. Fire is quenched. believe that word.
Caught you in your stubbies, did we? Did you fall out in this?
I can get anywhere to make it worth.
Dire's structures are fortified.
You blew it! Twin pop!
You are no more. Last breath.
Fun!
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
My blaze
Dire's
burns
middle tower
eternal.
is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Over here now!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Your place.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Double kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sweet as Cass.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's Ancient is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's Ancient is under attack. Radiant victory! Invictus Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Invictus Gaming's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
In the laning stage as well. And Storm isn't necessarily the one that he wants to be following around the
Dire
map
team
anyway.
pick.
If they go for some Night Stalker, if they go for some Slardar or whatnot, something that really
Invictus
benefits
Gaming's
from
turn to
overcharge.
pick.
Has
I
arrived.
think, I mean, we talked about how in this region the IO's been like first phase like a lot of the time. Do you think the Chinese region are overvaluing it based on the stats?
Do you guys think that? Do you think the hero is overvalued?
I think we've seen one
10
really good IO
seconds
game.
remaining.
I don't think. I think IO is super strong.
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
seconds
I think as long
remaining.
as you have someone who is good enough at this hero, there is no reason you shouldn't pick it in a professional
Yeah.
sense. Even
I
if it doesn't have the
disagree.
greatest win rate. Yeah, that's fine.
I disagree.
Invictus
I don't know.
Gaming's turn to
yeah.
This
Fighting with my
This is the
panelists. That's a
host's job, you know? He asks you a question as an analyst, and then he's like, no.
You're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong.
Let me bring in the real panelist.
10
I never have to
seconds
elaborate
remaining.
because I'm the host. I'm not an analyst, so it's fine.
Fine, I'll just walk out. It's
5 seconds remaining.
my bad.
Overall, I agree completely. If IO isn't just nerfed to the ground, he just busts the game. It's a completely different approach.
Yeah.
It's strategically, it's just a different game to play against an IO. But RNG, they go with another good combination of this Dark Willow plus Mars. Now you have the Terrorize into pretty much cookie cutter stuff. They aren't really experimenting way too much.
It's really good into reloads. Oh, right. You can time it into the relocate, and
Exactly, yeah.
you're just like, all right, well, thanks for joining the fight. See you later. You know, the Abaddon though. Now, if you want to shine some light onto this, because I really like this pick.
Yep. Yep.
Dire team pick.
Tiny.
Invictus Gaming's turn to ban.
Death Table flipped.
Still, there's a reason why they picked it into these heroes, right? Because it's not only about the fear, it's about
10
sleep,
seconds
it's about
remaining.
the grip, it's about the cursed crown. There's just a ton of things
5 seconds
that you can dispel. Yeah, exactly. But this is
Whoa.
truly making me wonder a little bit. Will this be again some frisky position for Tiny, or are we seeing a core
Dire
Tiny and
team
IO
ban.
plus Abaddon should be the supports?
Invictus
Wouldn't make
Gaming's
sense,
turn to
wouldn't it? I
ban.
mean- It's a very defensive support duo, though, right?
That actually makes me think it is going to be the one position Tiny. I think we are going to be seeing like the IO kind of just following the Tiny around the map once we get post landing stage.
So are we back to
10
2014?
seconds remaining.
Well, I mean,
13.
earlier this year there was the like core
5
Tiny like
seconds
one position,
remaining.
but that got nerfed very heavily. This isn't South
Dire
America
team
now. You
back.
you can't bring that back.
Oh, it could be offlane as well, right? Like that Abaddon
Oh,
could be offlane. Like they could still even pick position 1.
10
I'm really not
seconds
sure where
remaining.
IG is going. It's one of those drafts that, besides Storm being mid, everything else
5
is quite
seconds
versatile.
remaining.
Meanwhile, on RNG, very straightforward what they're doing. You know, it's pretty obvious exactly where these heroes are going, and it seems to make a lot of sense so far. And again, this Death Prophet coming out, something which the Chinese region, again, seem to be favoring, which the other regions just aren't.
Rightfully so. This hero seems very good. I'm gonna be I'd love to see like some of the numbers of what we've seen so far, and then just like the first day and a half. But Death Prophet we saw in Division 2 picked banned almost every single game. Like this hero was like a favorite of pretty much every single one of these teams. And then it was the same thing. They're opening the drafts with it, flexing it between 2 and 3. We even saw it in position 5 occasionally.
Invictus
So
Gaming's
the hero's
turn
really
to
strong.
pick.
I'm glad we're seeing it.
Yeah, she truly is, especially when you consider all the heroes that are banned out anyway, right? Like Queen of Pains and whatnot on the lane. Lina is still perhaps in the pool, but you already know your matchup, so it doesn't really matter. You can see
10
IG, they banned out
seconds
what?
remaining.
Morphling, Lycan, and Night Stalker as last 3 bans. So
5
a
seconds
little bit of
remaining.
offlane, a little bit of safe lane. I guess after the Tiny has been picked up, they did aim the offlane a little bit more, right? The last 2 bans. As IG's bans that we said we won't talk about, they're also giving us a clue that Tiny is most likely that position 1.
Yeah, the Life Stealer, right? Kind of gives that one away for me, as well as the Terrorblade.
Ancient apparition.
Ten seconds remaining.
So it will be an Abaddon offlane, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Likely.
I mean,
With an AA position 5 and IO plus Abaddon on the offlane with overcharge, perhaps.
so yeah, I've actually seen an IO Abaddon 3-4 where the IO was the 3.
That does sound good.
That's also doable, yeah.
That's actually pretty common because of how good overcharge with curse is. And
Which OG did at TI, didn't
yeah, we've seen it. It's kind of come back and forth a little bit, but the IO Abaddon like lane duo is historically pretty strong.
Yeah.
So I'm like they could pretty much do whatever you want with their draft at this point, other than obviously Storm Spirit mid. Everyone else you just don't really know.
No, I like that idea as well. I'm just worried for them. AA unlocks this whole draft with the amount of damage that he's bringing after he hits 6, right?
Yeah.
It's just something that's really nice. Suddenly, even a Tiny with just a Blink Dagger will blow up anyone on the map. Not that he cannot already, but it does give them that extra oomph that they need.
Quickly, I know you're asking about the Death Prophet earlier on. She's been played 7 games so far in the Chinese DPC. She has won 3 and lost 4.
All right, that's surprising. Yeah, that's the operative.
just the.
Is this some Halberd Raid King, guys?
Yeah,
Probably.
it is.
I don't know. I feel like the moment you know what God King's gonna do, that's when he's at his strongest, because he's not gonna do it. He's gonna do something else. He's gonna. Yeah. All right, guys. What do we think is going to happen in this game then? Which team are we vouching for this first game in this best of 3?
I'm going to go against the real evil geniuses. I'll go with RNG. I feel like their draft is extremely solid. There are some weaknesses that I can see in the mid game coming from IG and Wraith King plus DP. I was building this duo up for the whole Series 1. Let's see what they can do here.
Let's see if it works. What do you guys think?
I agree. Actually, I think the last pick Wraith King is really strong. So I think they're going to have pretty much everything they need. And like you said, there. But overall, I think they have a better draft.
Okay. Emo is a very good play indeed. I'm going to go for IG this one. I just really like their ideas in terms of what they're bringing to this draft. Like, they have a ton of mobility around the map. They have a lot of punish potential, and this AA really pulls it together to just give you that global potential. I feel like you can't be anywhere on the map without being immediately sniped down and killed off very quickly.
It might be their answer to DP as well.
Yeah, exactly. Seems very good. Also good against the Wraith King stop and lifestealing, all this stuff. They have some very nice synergies, which I think is what this game's going to be one off. But let's see how it goes down with our casting duo. It is BO3 and Black.
Thank you very much, Nomad. We got ourselves a pretty good one coming into this. We got Emo playing that Storm, ready to go. What do you think he's going to bring? Ready for it?
Thunder.
The thunder.
The lightning. Oh, yeah.
Keeping it lore friendly.
Yeah. No. Maybe? I don't think, honestly, I don't even know.
Storm?
I don't know any lore of any hero.
I was just giving you the
I only know
benefit.
Anti-Mage. He was from a monastery of Tuscaturi or something, and then the dead god invaded it and his demons came and they slaughtered every single one, and he's the last of his kind, the last monk that survived. So he hates magic and he hates dead people.
Hopefully he makes an appearance in the anime.
Hopefully, yeah. But who did you got? I personally think IG is gonna win this game. I do believe IO Tiny is insanely strong, but if they don't hit their timing, it's gonna be rough, because the DP and Wraith King combo in the late game against the Tiny are hard to deal with.
Yeah, I like that they've got this IO Tiny combo. I do also really love Emo on that Storm. I'm just a little worried. There is a lot of control here for RNG, and stuns win games.
Yeah,
we've talked about that a lot, and you've got a lot of them here for RNG. Especially, I want to say we've seen Dark Will now, what, twice? Dark Will kind of feels like this underutilized support, and it offers so much.
There's a lot of damage, a lot of disable, a lot of just annoyances.
Yeah.
Very hard to kill. I do have to say though that if this Abaddon chooses to go for that Aghanims on the Abaddon, which I think is completely busted, it's gonna be very, very tough for RNG to actually kill anyone in those team fights. At least in the mid game, it's gonna be very tough.
We had that conversation in that OGA when you were talking about getting that Ags.
And then he went for Radiance.
Yeah.
Which I was like,
odd build.
Wow, yeah. So if you just go for this Axe, like whoever is arena, they're just not gonna die.
Okay.
This new Axe healing core, well, it's not new, but it's like it heals way, way too much.
Do they have that new tech in them to just bring out the Axe?
It's already new, so I hope it's in there. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's new if it's not getting used all the time, or very rarely.
True.
Drop that new tech on them.
Someone's against Emo though. That's unfortunately it's a DP. Like DP lanes are pretty boring usually. Like you just cast your Crypt Swarm, get some CS. Nobody there should really be dying at all.
Was it Emo who was going Soul Ring first item on Storm?
Everybody's doing that now.
Yeah, but was he the first one when he was doing it last year, or was that?
Well, I don't know if he was like the first one, but he's definitely one of the guys that's been doing it the most.
Yeah.
And since then everybody started copying it. So it's just so strong on Storm Spirit. It gives you additional HP, armor, of course the mana that you need. Get an additional 150. Very strong item on Storm Spirit.
Tiny. Interesting hero for him.
Yeah, it's very out of meta because it got nerfed quite a bit, of course, but it's not a weak hero at all. Like a third spell got nerfed quite a bit, but it's still like now it is how it was supposed to be, you know. Before it was bugged, it just dealt way too much damage, and now it's like, yeah, this is how you were meant to be, Mr. Tiny. Show us what you got. Insanely strong lane anyway, though. AA tiny, like once you hit level 3, level 4, there's so much burst damage. And even in the mid game too, IO tiny, you know how strong it can be. Buildings are going to say goodbye.
Yeah, they don't really have anything to just save their buildings.
Careful here.
Like a tree and Nightmare on Frisk.
Brain sap. Cool down. Big hype.
Yeah.
As always.
It's not me. It's not me.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
No, I just...
No?
I'm already earlier imagining just Lizard in chat just being like fake hype, fake hype.
Well, he's probably there right now. I wouldn't know because, you know, I'm not a stream sniper.
Yeah, we don't snipe the stream on this one.
Yeah. And Rafeking's getting pressured a lot though up there. Only 9 CS right now. Should be fine though as the levels go up because he gets higher levels in the life leech. The life leech or life steal. Either way.
I think both work.
Yeah.
That passive with the IO up top is going to be hard to deal with.
For sure. It's a very strong lane. Also because you can just heal the IO and he's going to heal both of you guys later on in the game. That's what I mean. Like, if he gets his Agon Scepter and IO is arena with anyone, that hero is going to get double the heal. Like, he literally just can't die. It's impossible. Mathematically impossible, I'm telling you.
We'll have to see if it's mathematically impossible if they do get themselves the Ags.
And if not, then I'm going to say IG's going to lose.
And that's the question too, do they get the Ags? Xnova getting pressure here in the top lane. JT just going for this. Gets the Aphotic Shield off and goes into the trees, backs off a little bit.
Yeah, when he took about 10 tower hits there. He's like, alright, show him what he got. A little bit unnecessary perhaps, but...
He's still kind of pressuring really close, playing this very aggressively.
Yeah, you really have to though. Like, if you play a bad in IO, you really want to get the most out of the lane. You gotta be aggressive. Mid lane, very even. Honestly, all the lanes are like super even right now. Surprised there hasn't been any first blood yet. Everyone's very cautious.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. It's to get first blood. And then the game like ramps up and you get like 60 kills somehow.
Yeah, like I did think initially that bot lane should be the highest kill potential lane, because Tiny and A, of course, a ton of magic damage. But yeah, this bad in IO, they also seem to be just pressuring a lot, so.
Do you think that Firefly's not really making the move in forward because it's a hero that potentially he's not as comfortable on?
Me on a Tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also like he just... to the tower. There's not like a whole lot you can do, right?
Actually, a cold.
Yeah.
Make something happen. Although I'm pretty sure cold feet breaks if you use it before the toss, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because it breaks in the air.
But it's like a cold feet is pretty much free if you just time it with the avalanche, because like, you get like all these mini stuns and you can't get out. But yeah, like you're not really looking to kill as a Tiny, but you're looking to just like win the resource battle.
Hoping to win the resource battle.
Hoping to be. Same as top lane, like the IO and the Baron, same thing. They want to win a region battle.
Which they're putting the pressure on right now, so they certainly feel like they are winning that battle. You've got IO, so like it shouldn't be really resources getting too heavily used up top where you're feeling famished.
Yeah, as you say that, JT is always pretty low, so he never really feels comfortable to really run in deep.
The brain saps have been making him feel maybe not as comfortable so far.
150 pure damage. Is it lore friendly? Brain sap? Should it be pure damage?
Oh yeah. You go straight for the brain, it should be pure.
Huh. Not like mixed or anything?
No.
Just straight pure?
Radiant's courier.
Dude, you're messing with someone's mind. It's gotta be pure.
Isn't the Baron dead though? Does he even have one?
Semantics. Ooh, gets stuck in a double second bramble.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. And now they lost that region war.
Now he's got the salve, he'll pass it over.
He's not pulling out the gauntlet. He's not being efficient with his health. That could be the difference maker, you know? Can't be lazy with that.
Potentially. Storm's also sitting pretty low.
Yeah, like DP's really starting to put on the pressure with the Crypt Swarm. It's so cheap, you know, the mana cost. They buffed it so many times.
He's going all the way back to base.
Yeah, that's pre-6. That means no rotation can be possible. And of course, one big thing of a DP is always how much impact is the first exorcism gonna have, and where they're gonna use it.
And right now, Storm's getting beat by a lot. 700 gold behind.
Yeah,
and that's something we've talked about on the panel. That's something I really love talking about in this region, is just every mid matchup feels like it's top caliber. And God, going up against Somnus, going up against Emo, you know, you hear those words, you're always scared, but when they go up against each other, like, it's always a show. And Somnus, right away, he's up ahead of Emo, and he's looking to get this tier 1 tower mid, making it very difficult for Emo if he does lose this tier 1 mid. Uses the exorcism, gets about half the health off of that tower, and right away, Emo's kind of pressured pretty heavily.
Yeah, did manage to defend the tower though against 2 heroes, so good job by Emo. Like, most people would not just like ball lightning in there and be like, oh, I'm right in your face. It's a good recognition that they didn't have the damage to kill him.
Understood what kind of mana he had to get in and get out of that one.
Yeah, they gotta make sure that they stack the triangle though for the tiny. Because right now there's 1 block and 0 stacks in the triangle.
Firefly,
careful.
got rebuked into the brambles and then speared over to the tree, but they can't jump the tower and look to get this kill on a Fly. That's an interesting combination, because he set himself up properly to, you know, push him with that God's Rebuke into the brambles.
Yeah, I mean, the combo has been one of the strongest combos in the offlane for a long time.
Usually done with a spear though, right?
Yeah, but you can do it both ways, that's why it's so strong. Or you can even do it one with the Rebuke and then another with the spear. Like, that damage output, it's really, really strong. It's one of the only times you actually max the Bramble Mace too. Man, no rotation, no first blood still, but 1 kill lead for RNG. Getting the most out of the lane so far.
Bramble Mace,
well, you're gone.
That is fight first blood, 7.5 minutes into this game. It'll be Chalice who, not surprisingly, on this Mars is having a great game. You know, when he used to play this hero with LGD, it felt like he took a more of a backseat role on that team. He would play more sacrificial, his lane would kind of get just dumpstered on, and, you know, it wasn't because he was playing poorly, he knew how to recover. But now, it feels like with a team like this, he doesn't really need to play that sacrificial role as much, and he can play a lot more confidently in the lane, and not really just look to sack it.
Yeah, for sure. But also, Somnus in this game, like, showing why he's considered top class. Oh, Ollie again, more Crypt Swarm.
Yeah, just got back, and he might just die again. Crypt Swarm comes through, almost kills him off.
Somnus is gone too,
and now
maybe.
Somnus, he's frozen over thanks to the cold feet. They'll get the kill instead onto this Death Prophet. Ollie, one more shot, he'll drop to Felix.
Looking for me.
Lining forward. Still looking, and yeah, eats the mango, stuffs his face, and might get himself another kill. Has the tether coming in from Frisk, and it's a double kill for Emo.
Blow the man down.
Turning it all the way around.
Much needed for Emo. He really needed those kills to recover. Now almost on par with the network of the DP again. And he's really the hero to set up ganks for the team, right? Like, Tiny won't be able to do it. You really gonna need that Storm to ball lightning in. Maybe with a fast Orchid. Find those pickoffs and potentially opportunities to relocate to as well. Like, Storm is by far the most important piece of this IG draft.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier about how he is very important to making movements, opening up the map, maybe making things a little bit easier, alleviating that pressure from Fly. But this is also a bit of a lineup that's kind of on a timing.
Yeah, although, I mean, their late game is still very strong, but it's very combo heavy, right? Like, you gotta get this like big Aghanim Vortex and big Ice Blast, and then you have like the Tiny cleaving everybody. It's not easy to set up, whereas RNG is much easier to play. You have a Grip, you have Arena, you have like just great teamfight overall. You got a Wraith King that can just go in, has 2 lives. Deep is gonna be very tanky. Much simpler game plan for sure. Yeah, and Wraith King, as we kind of alluded to, doesn't really care anymore about that Harris. Like, he's always full health. Has the Helm of Iron Will.
He doesn't really care about the harassment, but JT, he's happy to get the gold, happy to CS and be towards the top of the net worth right now. You know, this is JT, one of his more comfortable heroes. Not really the first hero you think of when you think JT. Obviously, that's going to be the Tide and maybe Mars afterwards, but a hero that he really knows how to put down.
Yeah, he's going for Manta on that bad. Obviously good against the Silence and the Bramble Maze, but yeah, we'll have to see how that... Because It doesn't really give damage, doesn't really give much of anything that you would expect from an
Dire's
offlaner,
top
right?
tower has fallen.
Good tower trade for both teams, just opening up the map for the respective carry.
You know, it goes back to what you said, wanting the Abaddon to get that Ags, and the question becomes, now he's going for the Manta. Do you think it's looking like it's Ags territory, or is it looking like he's going to go Manta into something else? And before you answer that question, they're going to be coming in. They have the arena down. The spear lands onto the IO as well to Crew's Crown. Ice Blast flies through. That's Ollie taking that kill on Chalice. Somnus is in on this one. They've got Emo locked up in the brambles once again. JT trying to run his way out. He doesn't have many more borrowed time available. And the Crypt Storm just on the edge gets the kill to JT. Meanwhile, Emo takes care of Felix. Somnus feeling pretty strong at the moment. He's got a decent chunk of mana to work with. He's continued to dive, but Emo and Fly still pretty healthy. Not worth the risk.
They did not kill this whole DP without the A. They're absolutely necessary. Well, he actually just gets the mid tower with the Raven. We spoke about it the other day. You know, you get this free 8 skeletons, easiest tower of his life, while his team has made space for it. That's a very big pickup. Because like, now that the tower is gone, the triangle is very vulnerable for the IG side.
Yeah, the map's really opened up, and you kind of want Tiny to back up into the jungle, maybe take some stacks if they were available to him, and now it really doesn't feel that comfortable. He's got that Echo Saber, but Fly, he's gonna feel pressured, and yeah, you can see these stacks in the triangle. You can see JT kind of setting up, like he might want to even participate in taking potentially the big cam, not the ancient stack or something like that.
Abaddon is not really a stack farmer. Maybe he'll help a little bit, but yeah, I'm just really confused about what he wants to do. Like, Manta, don't get me wrong, is good, of course. They have a lot of spells that you can dispel with it. But what are you gonna go after? Like, there's no pipe, there's no like Vlad, no like what we see is usually either Dominator, and then you start like pressuring the map with it, or more of like an aura sort of Abaddon, where you go for the pipe, these sort of items. But he's doing neither of that, and it just feels pretty selfish, you know, in a way, where you go Manta style in the off lane, and it might. I don't know if it's gonna turn out good.
I just love the fact that Emo's always holding 3 mangoes.
Yeah, it kind of eats into his net worth though, because he's eaten 9 of them already.
Yeah.
Like if somebody else gave it to him, I would be much more on board with that. But Storm, especially if you rush Orchid, like you can't really afford to dig that deep into your bank account.
But maybe he thinks that he needs that mana just to make sure that he gets these kills. And Smoke immediately broken, thanks to Emo, but they've got the Blink. Vortex is gone. They've got the arena, and now the Terrorize coming out onto 2 of these heroes. They've got the silence out of both of them. Ollie, he'll go down. Chalice falls, Emo right behind Ollie in the deck. So they get the kill there onto the Storm. It's a 2-for-1 so far with JT on the run. Exorcism was committed by Somnus. He's gonna run JT all the way down to the borrowed time breaking point, looking like. And yeah, there it is. So gets the ult out. They take 2. They did lose Chalice, but they're happy to slow down Emo's game.
Radiant are
Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate that I couldn't burst him like straight away. It was like maybe 20 damage off the threshold. Ends up dying, but you really don't want to lose the Storm there.
Like you said, he needs to get into that Orchid very quickly, and that's going to slow it down. He's still has net worth, yeah.
5.2k.
He's bottom of the cores. Though that being said, Wraith King not really excelling either.
Yeah, it's really just a DP right now from the Dire side that is popping off.
Yeah.
But DP is a very scary hero. Like if you can't back up the combo and for the Bane.
Yeah, Emo kind of needs this. They've got the Ice Blast coming through as the Vortex all pulled in X Nova. Ice Blast hit. Chalice now on the run. They've got Fly just behind it. Take the kill to X Nova as well. Now it's Somnus in, but not a lot of mana to work with. Looking for that Bedlam kill, but Fly gets on the field. Chalba and 3 heroes dead on the side of RNG. IG unscathed. The walk away from Somnus with a bit of a victory there for them.
Yeah, there was such a power move. You just go in behind the tower. You know his teammates are right there. I hold that thought, Raven in mid lane, try to defend the tower. Should be pretty easy, yeah.
But just allowing himself to freeze over too.
He is very tanky. He has a second life to work with as well. And holding the mid tower, you can see how important it is.
You should really just address me as Emperor.
They don't then they already have with that top tier 1 gun.
Yeah, so he's going for Death Run Raven, which is a very normal build nowadays, of course, but again,
Dire's bottom tower
Tiny is not
under
as
attack.
efficient, as effective, because he has this massive armor pool to work with from his ultimate. Later, probably also going into an AC.
Shadow Blade right now, and the Yule's picked up for Somnus. So Shadow Blade for Fly sitting top of the net worth.
That's a lot.
Yeah, in a lane that, you know, didn't exactly go amazing, but it wasn't like awful for Fly.
Yeah, but that's the power of Tiny
Really far
also.
ahead.
Why he was picked so much, right? Because it's snowball, you flash farm super fast. Oh, Frisk unsmoking them. I don't know if you saw them though. Yeah, they have a ward there. Definitely saw them. He's almost to his mech. Sets up, plus the Abaddon. It's gonna be so hard to kill anyone on the Radiant side. And that, I think when the
Radiant
draft will really pop off.
structures are fortified.
Orc can also completed on the Storm.
It took a long time to get to that Orchid, but he's
Dire's top tower
kind of recovering.
is under attack.
Recovering to a good point too, because he's caught up to God King.
Yeah, like the mid fight really helps. You got like 2 kills.
Dire's top tower
A ton of
is under
farm.
attack.
And now he's ready to just find some solo pickoffs potentially. Not on the DP, but I think other than the DP, everyone else is
Radiant's
pretty scared
bottom
of
tower
him.
is under attack.
I do wonder how the
Dire's top
dynamic
tower
changes for
is under
God King, because
attack.
he's not someone I think of who struggles to find farm, right? And he's behind Somnus at the moment. He's catching up though. Like, does the change in mid player for God King now give him a different dynamic coming into this as the carry role?
No, I think the carry meta right now in this patch at least is pretty much set in stone. Like, it all feels a little bit like 4 protect 1 kind of, where your carry is mostly off farming. All the Thought Chalice is probably gone.
Yeah, just the Vortex into the Ice Blast. They've got the Orchid, so there's no chance for Chalice to get out on that one. And,
it's a mid tower too.
With another kill. Yeah, it should lead to the mid tier 1, but they do have Somnus and Felix right there.
Yeah, and God King's also making the move over,
Dire's
so.
They
middle
really
tower
want to
is
defend
under
this.
attack.
But they could like get it. Yeah, and they're banned there as well.
They're looking, they're thinking about it. Wraithfire Blast, the Photic Shield pops immediately, pops the borrowed time.
Dire's
We'll
middle
grab the
tower
tower,
is
and
fallen.
now RNG, they're kind of here with their pants down. Well, they're really for them to do. There's nothing to save. They've come and committed, and that's it.
And they're just being overall much more efficient around the map. Up to a 3k lead now. Previously was a 2k lead for RNG, so IG is doing a lot of work here. And this is really where draft shines, because they're just being very efficient around the map with the Tiny clearing up camps, Storm mopping up camps in the jungle, threatening the map with relocate gangs potentially. And it's not easy for RNG to roam around now. Like, Chalice was alone, got picked off immediately, and now they're doing a 4-man smoke gang top, but they already know it. They sniffed it out. And they shouldn't be caught off guard here. Maybe A will tank it and die, but
Yeah, they
Dire's
see the
top
courier,
tower
they're kind
is
of
under
following it
attack.
all the way through, so it looks like Ollie might die. They've got the Sentry Ward down, and an easy kill.
yeah, he's actually sitting there
Under
under the
the
Shadow
sentry.
Amulet. Yeah, under the sentry. Like, ah.
He dies there, he's just like,
Okay, they're actually threatening Roshan with the Exorcism, okay?
yeah, no Ice Blast for the Roche Pit.
I do think they can fight this if they really wanted to, but
Doesn't look like they're even trying. They're gonna take the bottom tier 1.
at the same time, the Aegis isn't really that impactful, you know, like on a DP, yeah, it's okay. On a Wraith King, yeah, maybe. But it's not like Storm Spirit level or anything like that, so.
Because if you have that Aegis and you lose that Exorcism, it's not like you're coming back into the fight at 100%
Dire's
anyway.
bottom tower
Yeah.
has fallen.
So the Aegis, it always hurts to give up Roshan for free, of course, but they do trade it for a tower. As we said, the Aegis isn't like that important. But if you can kill Wraith King twice, you can probably kill him 3 times.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Quick Orchid. Be careful, they're playing with fire.
Again,
Or
3 mangoes.
playing with Nightmares.
No Dream Eater to follow it up.
No, Gengar is at home. I love Gengar. He's pretty cute, to be honest.
I don't know if cute's the right word, but Lavender Town is definitely it's the big.
Especially that music in the Ghost Tower.
Glorious thanks.
Yeah,
I think it's that one. Huh?
bit higher on the octave, but Deso picked up here for the Wraith King, and then that Manta for JT. So Manta, I'm ready to see what JT wants next.
Same. Like,
Is it going to be that X?
I really hope it is, because I just feel like they don't have enough damage output at all.
Blink.
Blink, okay. maybe Manta, maybe Axe after. The dream never
Radiant's
dies.
top tower is under
It's not
attack.
dead until the game ends and he still doesn't have an axe.
Yeah. Or you just go Radiance, Manta, like some other balance, and then you lose the game because suddenly you think you're the carry, which kind of feels what's happening here. Do you really need that? You know, when you have like a greedy Storm and then Tiny already.
Yeah, that's the thing. Does he just not feel like the timing's going to work out for the Tiny to the point where he thinks he needs to and transition into being where that maybe Tiny can kind of prop up a little bit better?
Yeah, let's see what happens, I guess. Like, let's not trash it too much until they actually lose because of it, which I hope they don't lose because of that, but if they do, I'm going to go ham on him. But if they win, if it works, it works. You know?
You're going to break into the panel and just lay it down.
Dyer's top
Why do you guys think this is a problem? No!
You kick Wizard off the
Get out of here!
the draft table.
Dyer's structures are fortified. Dyer's top tower is under
They're not really
attack.
interested in defending any towers, but they're not really trading either. Where's the Tiny right now? Mid lane.
Okay, 64 gold. Good job. There you go.
Yeah, very strong. Yeah, it feels like IG doesn't really know their place on the map right now. Like they kind of just
They don't want to
hanging
fight
out
out
in the mid lane.
and they're unsure what they want to do.
Yeah, but if you don't want to fight, then you got to split push, and they're doing it right now. It's like the Abaddon split pushing with his Manta step, but it's in the Abaddon. Like nobody's afraid of Abaddon split push. If a Tiny was top instead, it actually threatens the tower. 5-man smoke.
Radiant
Yeah,
are scanning.
It was top, but it really looked like they put the pressure on that top.
This is a very obvious smoke. I don't think RNG is going to copper this. Maybe Exnova wants
It's
to
going to break in a second anyway. Yeah, Exnova in the right spot. He's probably he's dead with this, but you know it's breaking the smoke and should have potentially kept everybody alive. But now they're going to go after God King. Good two-man silence coming through from Somnus as well as the Bramble Mates to lock up Emo for a second. They don't really want to rebound and go for it as they're without the Bane. So without that extra little bit.
They need that shot on the Tiny before he's really impactful. Because the unlimited tree attacks, very important for them.
That unlimited power.
Yeah. I'm also curious to see how much damage the Tiny actually deals now that he was fixed. Because before he had like, this bug damage output.
Should not.
It actually... There was a TI still. Bug damage up. Which is kind of crazy to think about. It's just 40 minutes per tournament.
Going after JT, but again, you got to break through the borrowed time.
Yeah, it's not happening. Not unless you can break him and silence him.
The thing about it though is they don't even get the borrowed time, and that's something you really want to waste the duration on, right? Because then JT doesn't feel as confident going into these fights.
He just high-fived the tower.
Cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Same.
Ooh, jeez. Got getting really low, and we've seen that before. Getting a little bit too lax with your life.
Yeah.
Giving it away.
Does have the Aegis, of course, and the reincarnation, so he's feeling very strong.
Yeah.
And I mean, the top tower is full HP, so Tiny still does tiny things. It was taken out faster than 5 years to take out the mid tower. So. Yeah.
Here's the Aegis.
Got the Aegis. We don't miss you.
Cool to have one though.
Really?
Second life, yeah.
Does it stop you from aging too, or no?
You have to set it. The age you want to go back to. Then you live your life.
Like a clock?
Go down, you get buried, and then you know the light hits your tombstone, and then you.
And then the sound comes.
And then and then you're like 30 again.
They're doing
or 25
or 50.
Sure.
Whatever age.
Yeah.
But it expires in 5 minutes. What would it be in real life? 5 years?
Ooh, yeah, that's right. I guess there's an expiration.
Or like 50 years, maybe?
I'll do 50 for my own benefit. 5-man smoke here from RNG.
They might find the storm, but it's not an easy kill.
Especially get out in time.
He's out.
And he's got some distance.
He got BK, though. There's no way he's gonna react to any sort of rage and stuff.
Yeah, they'll just grab the outpost instead.
God, delusion. Oh, look at the damage, look at the damage. Oof.
Exnova's here. He
There's an IO, though. There's an IO.
is ready. Beamscript, they know the IO's coming, and they still couldn't stop him from relocating that tiny out.
Yeah, well, goodbye.
Dire's bottom tower
But
is under
of
attack.
course, worth the sacrifice.
He's gonna tether back to the creeps. He's got this. He's got this.
Opium. He got this. Can get out. He cannot. Out. Oh my God! It was so close. Ridiculous. Lucky. Unlucky. What can you do? Sometimes it's just meant to be. Or meant to be.
Yeah.
Depending on.
Hey, it was close.
Are you a glass half full or?
Today.
They have to grip though.
Spear.
Pop
Forcing
beating
the
the straight away.
BKB, yeah. And now he wants to make a move. He wants to go for this. He'll go for the bait. He's and they should be able to get at least one. Kill off Nova. They need somebody to help out Evo all by himself. And well, he's gonna fall. Emo goes down. Felix Chappa. He's gonna be the second one to die on the side of RNG. Trying to fight this. Now he's got the tether on him. He'll go in just thanks to the Shadow Blade. Alice right on him. They've got this exorcism. Firefly really doesn't want to fight this, but he's forced to fight this. Avalanche comes through. Ice blast in. It's only gonna hit the Raid King though. They'll get the kill and they'll take out this Raid King. God King doesn't have anything to do about this fight, but they don't need him. Somnus with the double flying for this fall, and then Somnus drops to JT.
What a massive blunder by God King. He used too much mana. He didn't have reincarnation mana. He just stunned one time too many, I guess. The fight would go completely differently if he didn't die there. He gets the reincarnation slow on everybody, and I don't even think the DP would have died.
Yeah, I truthfully thought it was gonna be inconsequential, that Ice Blast, but
yeah, it should have been.
Yeah, it really should have been.
Nice bit, but like separating him from the Abaddon so he can't get the shield off to get the sound off. Very well done. And yeah, they're kind of forcing Firefly's hand. And yeah, this fight should have gone completely different now. Rave King, he starts one more time here, runs out of mana, and just dies with reincarnation off cooldown. And here we go. Pop.
He has the.
What happened there? He definitely had the mana. He actually soul ringed. There was some game bug.
Yeah,
is it because he's soul ringed that the game thought that I don't even know? Like I can't even.
Can we get that back one more time, if that's possible? While they wait for their 1 minute.
What happened there? He had way more than half mana pool. That did not look legit. And his reincarnation was off cooldown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the diamond was green.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I take it back. I take it back.
Yeah, if there's any way we could take another look at that, that would be.
There must be like some soul ring AA blast and bugged out. Even then, the Abaddon got the kill, not the AA.
Right. That Manta.
Yeah, maybe the Manta disabled. Oh, I know what the problem was. There was too many units on the field, so when Rave King disappeared, the Ankh on the floor couldn't portray, so he just disappeared.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
To be a team player, apparently.
Yeah. Even supports.
Yeah. I'm who cares about the team if you win.
Exactly.
But yeah, like I'm pretty sure God King is very mad about whatever just happened. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw JT in camera and he saw it, he was also like, whoa! Because like everybody knows that the reincarnation was not popped.
Dire's middle tower
I think JT was
under
like,
attack.
oh, did you hear earlier? Plague Ward hype, I can't believe it.
But yeah, that was so funny, dude.
It's like, remember that time?
Oh. Some shenanigans here. Are they gonna put a random sentry? What's the question? Oh, it's coming, it's coming! You're shoveling right next to him. Oh, take the outpost.
X-No.
Put the sentry down.
Did you just get a chappy impression?
Put the sentry down. Actual nightmare material.
I'm just waiting for him to like move.
Scanning.
God King.
He's still, now it finally moves. They're gonna go after God King. This time he's got the reincarnation. But the baby comes out from Emo, and they're just gonna keep this one up. They've got the Ice Blast leading him, and well, they've got the Orchid, they have the damage, they're gonna kill, they'll take out God King. The arena is down. The arena empty. All of RNG They back off that one as they have already lost their Wraith King.
I think this is the moment where you get super mad at the carry player. Like first you reincarnation box, then you die like that, you know, you're like...
Follow me!
Water in my face right now.
He's jumping forward.
He actually popped the air on this moment. Wow! Okay, Chalice!
Getting two-shot, and they almost lost Callus as well. Somnus yells up into the air, but Emo setting up, though, drop the banners, and banners represent Somnus is great.
Who said Tiny was super nerf? Looked pretty strong to me right there. Almost 2 heals on 0.
Seriously.
What is damage? Didn't even have DD.
No. He's not hacking the system right now.
Yeah, how do we talk about? Oh yeah. Wait, why are you powering a creep? Overcharging a creep? Another Tiny.
Dire's
To
middle
make somebody the
tower has
MVP,
fallen.
and it's that creep.
Well, it's creep down in the tower now.
MVP in my books.
Give me the... Oh, no, do it.
Structures
Oh yeah, 9! The glyph. Why would glyph? I know why, but I always want to win the game.
Stop the tower from going down to that.
Roshan's out, Somnus dead. Probably means Roshan's dead as well. Give it nice juicy eggs. I personally would give it to Fly, but Emo's a problem.
You see, they are coming over, but it's not going to be in time. Never mind. Okay. They will get the Venus, they will get the show.
Yes! They did the right thing, because, of course, Tiny, you want hitting the tower, the one hitting the tower, he's going to be in danger. If in danger, you need Aegis. Makes sense, right?
Sure.
That's what I'm going to teach in my university.
I'll be there to sign up first.
High ground 101.
What other classes would it be in 101?
It's the OG then. OG player's got to do that one.
I would take that master class.
Dude, I am so bad at DMing people. It's just never funny or anything. It sounds stupid when I do it.
And you need
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah.
under attack.
3 payments of $30.22.
Dire's bottom tower has
Tower
fallen.
there for Fly.
Yeah. Tiny things. Although it's a little bit slow, it's still pretty damn fast. And now they have an 11k lead. And what does RNG do now? It's so scary. It's so hard to make anything happen. It is a Baron has Manta Blink. KB,
Coming in.
Over here!
Emo wants to make something happen. Ooh.
How did he get out of there? He just slipped out?
Arena.
It looked like he just disappeared on my screen. Maybe it was a little lag. You got glimpsed.
Yeah. Gotta get your eyes checked.
Oh yeah? Can you recommend a doctor?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
My aunt's an optometrist.
And God King is not having a good game at all.
Yes, middle of the pack on Worth. And Somnus's game got very handled.
Yeah.
He was in the lead, he looked good, and then all of a sudden, well, his game kind of slowed down quite a bit. Yeah, his right click, God King already using that reincarnation. They're gonna go after the big and then the ball lightning back. Got the damage to get the kill on the God King. Exorcism used. There's the Aeon Disc. Fly thinking about going in, and X Nova again. If I don't move, they can't see me.
They make it look so easy. Like the Baron just like completely destroys the Wraith King is not even close. So I guess the build works. I just got nullify next. Alright. You carry from the offlane. Aye.
Back to the Abyssal.
Yeah. Okay, you do you, man. I won't criticize you again. Sorry, sir. But his Wraith King just has no place in this game, right? Everybody just beats him.
Dire's middle tower
bullied.
is under attack.
It does feel like there is not much going on for RMG in terms of surviving. Oh, I was half health, now I'm full health.
That is disgusting.
And your tier 3 tower is gone.
And your Rex
Soon to be the Rex.
also gone.
Yeah. The
Wow.
RNG are in Demolish City. Their buildings are getting demolished.
Dire's
Demolished.
bottom tower is under attack.
Demolished. I didn't want to be as rude. Demolished. Arena comes down, they got the spear, but there's the Aponic Shield. God King going through to get the front of Prince. Now he'll look over and Fly the Curse Crown as well. Trying to get the first life out of the hands of Fly, but Fly will get the first life out of the hands of God
King first. Ball lightning in, Emo with the BKB. Now he's going to go to the back lines. Ice Blast flies through, but it's not even going to hurt anything. The God King, they'll kick out X Nova. They'll look for Insomnus. They're going to buy back here on X Nova, trying to help out this team as much as he can. The silence is out on Emo as well as the spear landing and putting him over onto the racks. They bounce from X Nova. Do they have the damage? God's Rebuke, ball lining out. Brainstorm's not enough. And the terror of it, the damage just isn't there. They don't kill off Emo. They'll end up losing Somnus. He's got buyback, but it's not looking likely that it's even going to matter. And GG. IG will take game 1, and they hand it to RNG pretty easily.
Yeah, once that draft came online with a double save, the global presence of a storm and the relocate, it just looks so hard for RNG to do anything really. They tried to kill the Abaddon, but it's so hard to kill him. They didn't really want to commit on him because they don't know where the rest of the team is, right? Then they caught the Tiny a couple of times. They just got relocated out because like, where is IO gonna come from? From top left or bottom left or from the bottom? Like who knows, right? It could be anywhere. And of course Storm is also
Radiant team ban.
Was it OG that played it on offlane? I believe one game, but it yeah.
10
It was
seconds remaining.
they played the new OG, the youngsters.
5
Yeah,
seconds remaining.
yeah,
The OG that's never lost a TR.
they played it on the carry played it, but he was on offlane.
Invictus Gaming's
I mean,
turn to ban.
it is like just such a dominant lane hero that it feels like, yeah, it could run in the side lanes, but she's just so good with solo XP, and she doesn't lose almost any 1v1 matchup. So too good in the mid. I think they're gonna ban out the Terrorblade though.
Invictus Gaming's turn to Radiant team pick.
Imba Spirit.
This time you are. We already started, so fine.
They could be looking
10
like
seconds remaining.
There were two heroes, literally. There was Lina and Ember that they could pick.
5
My
seconds
opinion
remaining.
versus Pain that fare well against her. This is obviously a skill-based matchup.
Radiant
Ember versus Queen
team
of
pick.
quite
Lion.
easy. Yep. Just spam slight on her. You can
Yeah.
actually bring.
I was like, I think a lot of times what we're seeing is like he'll go
10
0-4-2
seconds remaining.
on Ember, just like ignore the searing chains early and just max out
5
Slight, get an orb of
seconds
explosion,
remaining.
and do as much damage as you can.
Invictus
Great against
Gaming's
Weaver as
turn
well.
to
Spirit Breaker.
Thing that they lacked, right? Get the RG, Crafane, and Lycan, they don't really catching capabilities. Disables are there, so getting that line in. The Spirit Breaker 4th pick, alright.
10 seconds
I
remaining.
forgot about him.
There he is.
Great against the Bane.
5
Great against all of
seconds
them.
remaining.
Yeah.
All these heroes struggle. I mean,
They don't,
there isn't a hero that doesn't struggle. Maybe Shadow Demon can be considered kind of alright versus Spirit Breaker, but everyone else is not so great.
the Shadow their
Radiant
lineup
team
all that
back.
easy right now, there, right? So
Yeah,
Ten seconds remaining.
it's
Invictus
also a hero that doesn't
Gaming's
care
turn
about
to
summons.
ban.
yeah, cleave them.
Throughout history, Necros were a thing. He was really strong versus Lycan, versus Broodmothers. It was Kunkka, it was Tiny, and it was like a few other strength cores.
Sven.
Sven, yeah.
Yeah. He gets back into the game occasionally.
10 seconds
And he
remaining.
honestly, he comes back into the
Radiant
game
team
against
back.
like summons heroes, people that build like Helm of the Overlord, because he just kills them in 3 auto attacks and comes back to farming, right? It's a lot of gold for him.
Very interesting. Out of all the games we've seen, Queen of Pain versus Ember Spirit,
10
Queen of
seconds
Pain has
remaining.
won every single.
Won the game. Or the lane
5
itself.
seconds
I
remaining.
don't know about.
Yeah,
All right, give me half an hour.
Invictus
We need
Gaming's turn
to
to
crash
ban.
course all those replays real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
when you compare the two heroes, Queen of Pain, there is a reason why this hero is banned out quite often, right? The bit more on the broken side than Ember. Ember is one. Yeah, I'm a spirit. You know what I'm gonna do, and Queen of Pain is
Radiant team pick.
like a few weeks back. You couldn't even understand the strengths of the hero that well. Like, everyone knew that she's strong, but she wasn't experimented with as much as right now.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Invictus Gaming's turn to
Medusa.
That morph and so good. If that Morphling made it through, this would have been a disaster. They end up grabbing a Medusa, though. Okay.
Remaining.
This hero fell off a little bit, but this is a pretty dang good
5
Medusa game.
seconds remaining.
It's a pretty good Medusa game. I completely agree. From RNG, though, one thing that I do see is a little greediness, right?
Yeah.
From ports from the Medusa as well. I guess Spirit Breaker is broken enough to justify it all.
If you just take IG's side of the map, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right? That's copium.
It's all about IG and their ability to infiltrate the triangle and prevent the Medusa and Lycan from whatever they want to. Because that's where Medusa wants to be. Lycan wants to be pushing out the top lane. If you take their triangle, you're kind of denying both of those. It's easy to say, obviously, not really easy to execute. It's definitely possible because their heroes. Like if Tiny goes for an early Blink Dagger or a Shadow, yeah, they can definitely ramp up the tempo.
Yeah, they just need one more tempo pick on IG here, like something which can help them play fast, and I think RNG are done.
It's got to come from, I mean, it's their off right that we're looking for here. I mean, do they run back with the Abaddon, or is that just
too slow, I'd say?
I was like, it feels like you don't have the IO.
No, not really versus the Medusa as well.
Is Mars still available?
Say gone,
yeah.
Mars
there's Mars, there's Tide, there's Centaur.
I was gonna say Centaur is the other one that we only really see in the Chinese region that kind of comes to mind as well.
Mars!
You may now select your heroes.
Yeah,
go with Mars.
All right, Mars, fair enough. I mean, it does do what we wanted it to do, right? And it gives you a bit more lockdown as well. And the arena very nicely into Medusa. So, yeah, I don't know. To me, at least, this feels way too greedy for RNG, especially with how well IG played the last game. I don't think they're going to sit back and let this Medusa, Lycan, and this Queen of Pain farm up and have enough space. So, I don't know. I don't really see how that's going to work out for RNG. What do you guys think?
Don't look at me. I'm like 1 out of 5 when it comes to predictions today.
Stick to your picks and bans.
10 seconds remaining.
You guys go ahead.
Arigato, Draft Master.
Yeah, I'm just here for the looks.
Right? Go for enough. I'm gonna actually go for IG. I'm kind of in the same boat where I think there's too much. They need too many items for this. What? It's like they need too many items, and I don't think there's going to be enough space. So easier to execute draft, I think, for IG this game is going to be.
Alrighty, well, with that out the way, we can now throw it over to our lovely casting duo. We have Bcop and Black to cast game number 2 of RNG versus IG. Take it away, boys.
Thank you very much, No Man. Lovely duo. Really fit the bill.
Yeah. Handsome, lovely, smart.
Which one of us?
Both. Yeah. That's what hanging out with me does. Like,
you think you're the smart one rubbing off on me?
I didn't say anything.
No,
I said hang out with me does it to you.
Makes us smarter.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't say that I'm smart. I'm just saying that's a fact. You know, there's like a side effect of hanging out with everybody. You know, for me, it's like you get more handsome, smarter, faster, stronger, quicker. Basically, like a superhero genetic kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like that Daft Punk song. Better, faster.
Yeah. I'm basically 545 years old also, in case you didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Friends,
No, you do.
Which is weird, because I'm older, so that would make me 546.
No. That just means I lived many more lives than you, my friend.
Right.
Yeah, I'm basically a Rave King.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to be Rave King, that's okay with me.
What do you want to be?
I still want to just be Ancient Apparition.
That is so lame.
No.
You're literally just a flying icicle.
Yeah, dude.
How is it cool? I'm better. I'm gonna melt you, bro.
I throw Ice Blast, it freezes you over.
That doesn't work. I'm on fire. Okay. Oh. That's the best sort of argument. No.
You're just dead.
I'm just gonna do this.
30
No.
seconds to battle.
Deny it. Objection.
Iggy.
Ah, man.
What you got?
RNG, IG. I'm leaning more RNG.
Well, you're leaning forward right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little. My posture game's a little, but I'm definitely feeling like RNG seem like they should have the winning draft combination here. How do you? Obviously, late game you have to get there, but even mid game Medusa, how are you getting through that as IG?
Well, yeah,
battle
that
begins.
can definitely be some problems. Like, IG needs to win the game early, right? Or not win it, but at least put enough pressure, feel comfortable, make sure that the map isn't as big for RNG, which is pretty tough because there is going to be a Lycan. Maybe Tiny can slow his farm down a little bit in the early game, but once he gets his dominated, the tower is going to fall. He's going to rotate to the mid lane, the tower is going to fall. Very cute wards.
Cute and distressed. Just constantly screaming. Somnus here against Emo, and what we did see in the first game was Somnus came out ahead. He was the winner of that lane, it felt like.
He was, by far. A couple of good comeback kills helped Emo get back to the game. Actually skilling Shadow Strike one, very interesting. Most of the time he would skill that Scream, secure the range creep, and got a little bit more pressure that way.
This game for Somnus, also screaming Shard. That Shard just feels so good on Queen of Pain. You're able to blinking silence, especially you put right on top of the lever. He ends up silence. He's not going to be able to shoot you away. You've got follow to it. Makes his game way.
Sure, I mean, Qual Shot is so strong anyway. Additional the wave clear is silence. It's just such a strong build Shard. It's very hard to find a shot of that level. But in theory, I mean, IG does have the right tool to potentially with Medusa. They do have that Fiend script that's gonna drain max mana of Medusa, like more than half of it even. So they do have ways of killing her. It's just are the pieces gonna fall into place or not?
Yeah, because Ali has a tough time in terms of even just getting a full duration grip off. There's going to be a charge. The wolves right on him. I assume the blink comes out for Lion sooner rather than later. There's a lot of options here to make Ali's life miserable.
Yeah. Breaker like wolves. Quap. What more do you want?
Not the best one from the side of a Bane.
It just looks to be like a terrible support game in general. Not just for the Bane, but anyone really. I play all tiers. Someone doing alright again in his lane.
God King with Gwen experience.
I still don't know
don't know what that is,
yeah.
but we'll see.
Didn't a musician?
I don't think so. I looked up and like nothing came up.
Okay. Yeah, I know then.
It's not as high as the Golden experience.
Does it kind of look like an salad? Or
It's definitely a lot more intricate than Salad.
yeah, but like something similar. Like you just Google something. Oh, Gwen experience. That sounds fun.
Radiant
It could be a
structures
combination
are
of a couple
fortified.
things, maybe. I have no idea.
Chinese names. Like usually even the Korean like StarCraft pros, they have very different names. I don't know how to map with them.
X Nova using charges, but now out of mana, not really able to do anything. Well,
Never refuse good.
Yeah, the bot lane is super easy. Like plus 5 Spirit Breaker is usually you would see there's a 3, 4, or 2. But yeah, like he needs level to come online. He's not really the best lane support, so the Mars should be very free. Going to fast armlet actually to be able to a little bit better himself. And on paper they have a lot of heroes to deal with the Lycan, right? They got the Tiny Splash, they got the God's Rebuke with the armlet, which is building into a critical damage build. So Lycan shouldn't be like the biggest of problems. But when you combine it with the Quap and everything else, it might just be a little bit too much.
Arch coming through on the Emo, but they've also got Frisk making the rotation, as well as the Bane. of Ali. Samin's taking a lot of damage with that swarm on him. Nova doesn't have a lot of mana either, and this is something we saw yesterday with the heavy damage output of an early Weaver, and now right click coming through. Samin is forced to blink away. No joke. Weaver damage.
Yeah. I think the reason why Weaver is so popular lately, right? It deals so much damage as a support. I don't know, like Weaver definitely. There's something wrong with the hero. Just a little bit. Can 100 to 0. A lot of heroes just with a vessel. Some core heroes even. Yeah, not fun to see in every matchmaking right now. I'll tell you that.
Experience.
Yeah, my game experience. Move game. Play game. Fuck. Kept protecting me.
Nobody likes the Weaver.
Except the Weaver.
Yeah, except the Weaver players.
Yeah. Hey, not even Weaver's teammates like Weaver.
That was pretty smooth transition right there. Blocking the creeps. I thought he'd take over the lane for a second to get some experience, but just blocking the creeps and giving him time over to Emo to get back for something.
Yeah, he's farming it like now at the big camp.
It feels like a little bit of wasted experience then. Hey, like, why not have Frisk just stay right nearby? But I guess it's working on the camp as well, maybe.
Yeah, he's sort of doing that. How is Medusa's farm? Actually, the same as Mars. I expect Medusa to be struggling a little bit more. But it's really here I need to keep down for as long as they can. Because if Medusa free farms here and goes to the triangle quickly,
Charge was coming down on the Frisk. They've got the invisibility autoed up by Somnus as the anchor was thrown onto Felix. The supporters are mid. They're converged, and that means Mars is just kind of laning. He's not really playing aggressive on the Medusa without the proper secondary assault coming in.
Yeah, they can't bully the Mars out of the lane. Like, you obviously also can't really bully the Medusa out of the lane. So yeah, it's not a win for them, but at least like, oh, Tiny's getting a little bit low. Good sleep. Might have actually died there if the Bane wasn't around.
Right.
And not a very slow game. At the beginning, at least.
7.5 minutes, probably.
Yeah. What was the last game?
7:22. What's usually the reasoning behind that? Because there are some teams that play each other where just that first foot doesn't come for a long time. Like, is it just the lanes? Is it just the play styles that kind of clash a little bit?
They also don't have the best rotating heroes. Like, usually how kills happen is either like you misplay, right, and you get punished, or like a support rotates or a core rotates and you actually get that kill. But yeah, like they are very, very stagnant on the lanes, both teams. Like Emo doesn't like to rotate too early. Same with Somnus, they're very lane-focused players. And they don't have the best roaming supports. Weaver and
Pains of
that's our first blood.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be first blood about 7.5 minutes in. I'd say that though, I'll getting into the tower still chase, and eventually Chalice will claim his life. Nobody rotating top to potentially stop that, but there's really not much they can do with a rotation anyway.
Yeah, like Lycan with ult on, especially level 6-7 with the fresh dominator, is so hard to stop. You will almost always get a kill with that. Sometimes multiple. But yeah, they gotta make sure that the Lycan doesn't snowball too hard, because if he does, all those towers too quickly and do so, it's just free to farm everywhere.
Arena down, Kai's Rebuke, and they're gonna bring Emo in. God King in some trouble. They've got the charge, but the slight to dodge it and the steering chains. Frisk comes into, Somnus is here. Eventually God King's run down, and it looks like Nova's gonna get the second one to fall. Both to Emo. He's got a double kill. He's working with a little bit of mana. See what he's looking for on top of these two kills, but Somnus and Felix don't really pack a punch by themselves in that rotation.
Yeah, also doesn't have the most mana on the Queen. So, very nice rotation. Like, they forced a couple of TPs, got 2 kills, and lost nothing for it. While Tiny is still farming the top lane. But as you can see, Lycan is a very, very free game. At this team just have like a minute 13, 14 health Overlord, and if that happens, Roche opens up, all the outer towers open up, Like, he's getting way too much money right now. They gotta stop him.
Yeah, who's really there to take out Helm of the Overlord 3?
Yeah. But they need items to do it. Like, they can do it, but
Dyer's top
like, even
tower
then, Tiny
is under
isn't.
attack. Radiant's bottom
charge
tower
on
is under attack.
It hits Emo, and I don't know if he was really looking like he was going to get hit by that. I know the last time he slided in Searing Chains, but he held on to it, and I believe it was even on cooldown, so it wasn't able to avoid that charge.
Never refuse.
Dyer's
Like,
top
Tiny
tower
needs
is
some
under
items,
attack.
right, to be able to kill him with the Overlord.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is the problem, the Lycan problem.
Dyer's
They even
structures
stood
are
it,
fortified.
and they're not able to defend the tower, unfortunately. It's a big problem. At least they're trading it,
But they're going to try and take a tower of their own.
like, no one's actually trying to pull the creeps away.
I heard the pick in, and there's the sign to get the kill. Some credit for that one.
Dyer's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom
That
tower
definitely
has
is rough.
fallen.
As the tower dies, like, usually I'd say he has no business there. Like, he could be part of the bottom tower because like,
Radiant's
that's the
middle
area the
tower
carry
is
wants to
under
take,
attack.
right?
Right.
So getting out of position there is pretty bad for his own economy. And Nova is getting punished for dragging away the creep wave, save the tower. It was never gonna work. Just right,
Radiant's
completely
middle
work.
tower is under
He's
attack.
kind of had himself a bit of a start here. You know, he's not on top of the net worth at the moment, but his presence is being felt. He's 3-0-0. He's moved around the map pretty well right now. He needs to, at least it feels like he needs to keep that pressure on. Help Firefly's game out.
He definitely will, because the Medusa's already in a triangle now. Like, they held her down a little bit. It's the low snap for now, but if you leave her unchecked for like 5-6 minutes, oh gosh, Ollie's gone again.
Yeah.
Is under attack.
Another wolf for him. And it might be the mid tower too.
Is under attack.
Do have a read, they need to defend this. I don't think there's a way around that.
Yeah, JT coming over with Emo and Chalice. Well, that shapeshift's not going to last forever. Eventually it does back off. And the charge will be away from the
Radiant's
battle
bottom
over
tower
towards
is
bottom.
under
So they
attack.
do defend the tier 1 mid, at least for now. IG, though, still not the greatest of spots, and it doesn't feel like they're truly breaking through that outer defenses of RNG. And those are going to go up pretty quickly to defend God King.
Dyer's courier
Yeah,
has
as long as you
been
defend that triangle, give them Medusa the space, that's all they need to do.
First guy, Felix, and he looked for that Earth Spike to try and maybe get and catch Emo using that Remnant Imp, but nobody makes the commitment to get this kill on the line.
In case you didn't know, the Beatles actually don't disable right? Physical.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Firefly looking to stack his
Radiant
own
structures
camp here.
are
Somnus is catching wind of this, and Firefly needs a hero.
Money changes.
Because by himself, I don't know if he actually feels all too comfortable, and Somnus will TP out, so no help Fireflies, but at least he doesn't get his stack stolen. Big thing here, though, is RNG are really starting to pull away strictly, for the most part, farming.
Yeah, that's the
Radiant's
problem now.
middle
Like, their
tower
heroes
is under
are
attack.
very, very strong at
Dyer's
farming.
top
And
tower
if you
is
don't
under
like
attack.
net worth, this is way too high. Like, once the Overlord comes out, I really don't know how to deal with him. The Roshan is free, all the towers are free. He's so close to it, like it's all go away.
They're not checking him at all.
Yeah, he's just free. He's free. Left his own devices.
At least something that
Scary.
IG needs to be up on.
Yeah, but not only that, like all of their cores are below the enemy's cores. Like it's always a bad sign. That's the case, obviously. And we already alluded to the fact that they don't have the greatest Medusa killers. Once she has 1 or 2 items, like Scotty Manta, how do you kill her?
You don't really need to go defensive at all if you're this Medusa. Her Spike Finger, all this damage putting into 5. Now they've got the Hex. Sonic Wave. Man, I mean, so much damage, so much time. He just get the kill there on a 5-5. They've got themselves the Beam Script. Speaker lands, and eventually it's traded for both Felix and X-Nova. So that is 2. But the really important part of
Dyer's
IG's
middle
draft is
tower
getting
is under
5-5 to a
attack.
part in this game where he can participate. And that is slowed down.
Yeah, another wolf activated. Got a centaur, who's going for?
Look at Emo, gets stunned, the right click damage, and forced to Remnant away. Gets the Searing Chains out onto this
Dyer's
like,
middle
but they're
tower
still gonna
has
lose
fallen.
that tier 1 over mid, and well, you know, they don't get the kill onto Emo, but they got what they came for against the tower.
Yeah, which gives additional space to the Deucer, who's also left unchecked. Like, very close to his Overlord. Even Quap is also very, like, everything's just going the way of RNG. They faced off recently, right? And RNG ended up winning 2-1.
I think so, yeah.
2-0. I think it was 2-1.
I want to say 2-1, but either way, look, RNG certainly had the leg up, or at least it felt like they had the leg up. They did lose game number 1, however, right now game number 2, they're in a part of the game where it was like they have control. Brigade, ooh, Hex comes through, they've got the Earth Spike, Swarm forward, the Guard is out there, God's Rebuke. Gopkick trying to make something happen. Nova, he is falling to the swarm of Brisk. They get the kill on all the pick of the game. JT not a lot of matter to work with here, but they'll drop the arena down around big avalanche on the board as well. The spike hits 2. They've got the Orchid onto the tiny Firefly looking like he's gonna die. And they'll take him out. Godkin gets the kill. They've got the Nightmare on a Felix, but nothing to follow it up. Alex is right behind him, and it looked almost so good for IG. Eventually, RNG are the ones who come out ahead.
Yeah, I don't think it can get much better than that. Like, there was a perfect setup for the Tiny. Form an Avalanche, he cleaves all the heroes. I gotta admit, I'm really not sure why Emo went for that Orchid. Sure, you're playing against the Quap, but the Maelstrom is a damage item. You have Orchid playing against heroes that it does nothing against. Deucer is gonna go for him. It does nothing to Lycan. Like, you need your Maelstrom. You're playing so many summons.
Does the Orchid maybe just punish the supports? Hope to.
But the thing is, doesn't he get punished more because Quap already has Orchid, your defensive items, and your Maelstrom also your farming item, right? Like, Orchid doesn't help you farm. That's farm calculation. If you even can, because you try it 2 times and both times because Orchid is really good with burst. With Ember's burst damage.
We talked about how well Chalice was farming. Well, now God King's ahead of even Chalice.
Yeah, that's Medusa in a triangle. You run check for a couple of minutes. No problem.
And you can see it's only 16 minutes into the game, so both teams for the most part are really going unchecked, but the benefactors of it are RNG really, as their farm efficiency is much higher. And they're going to get away with a lot more
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
They go. Top tower. At this point, you can really just take the whole map.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
The Golem Aura is going to be massive, plus 15% health. And can also push another lane, so they will always have 2 lanes pushed in. It just creates way too much pressure right now to
Radiant's
handle.
bottom tower is under attack.
It's 3k, but
it feels a lot more than that.
Yeah, percentage-wise, it feels way worse.
Yeah, for sure. And Tiny once again is not really threatening split push, so Radiant's not afraid of at all. They're just 5-man in top tower because there's no threat of being split pushed.
Radiant's middle tower.
Here comes the golem to get your tower.
Dyer's top tower.
Get your golem. Setting up for mid tower defense as well.
It landed. I don't know if that, you know, really it was anything that they could jump on. Again, your damage though. Okay, JT gets kill on Max Nova. They've got the Shadow Blade on Firefly, so there is some progress from IG. I know we're harping on the fact that RNG are getting a lot around the map, and they are up 3k, and it does feel like it's a bit of a problem here for IG, but it doesn't mean they're out by any means. And as I say that, Chalice gets the kill there on Fritz, so it does jump up to 4, but options for IG, right?
It's just very hard to execute. Like, the Bane should never be able to grip off. They do have options, it's just like so much easier for RNG, right? To set up, or to get the free Roshan that we said they were gonna get. And then output on the Dire side is really lacking. Like, this Orchid pickup, I'm really starting to feel like it was just a big waste of money, because he could be halfway through his BKB already with the Maelstrom and would be so much more effective. Like, the Orchid has done 0 so far, 0 kills with it.
Just not turning into anything of substance.
Yeah, I know the Quap is an Aegis. Oh, the big wolf is coming.
And they're coming from Emo. Fly right there. The wolves show themselves. So oh my god. Emo, you're not an ancient taker. An ancient taker, that's sure.
You know what? It's not the
Dire's top tower is under attack.
and he hit nothing to it. Because it's got a plus 12 armor.
That's so unfair.
Yeah, or at least they had to wait change. The supports are maybe free. And we have to grip either, right? Like it's just so hard to grip anyone. There's Orchid, there's Lion, there's Lycan, there's Spirit Breaker.
Dire's middle tower is under
Oh,
attack.
right. The we can do. Or Lycans are halfway
Dire's
to
middle
big
tower has
They are
fallen.
certain S's net worth though.
slowly but sure.
But the one that is really struggling is Emo.
Yeah. Who is a very
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
piece to the puzzle here.
Dire's
Or
middle tower is under attack.
idea. What is he going for now?
Fury? Is that what that was?
I don't know. That grip just blasted off.
Yeah, look at the ult, so he stopped that. It's still good to connect Nova, but that cost him Arena and Fiend's grip, so now JT forced to run. He'll TP out instead, and that won't get off. Got the Yule to have the Overkid, and the damage is very much there for them. As JT falls to Somnus, he's dead for 45 seconds now, a 5k lead. Slowly but surely this lead has expanded for RNG.
Yeah, it's much easier for them to control the map now. Have a bigger portion of the map. You can see every single minute the advantage increases, bigger. Might be too much. Nice pickup potentially. He's not dead. Oh,
There's the side, there's the kill. They've got the orc in it again. It doesn't do anything.
Does nothing.
Dire's
I mean, I like
bottom
to be
tower is under attack.
the guy that innovates, you know, but some just stand up for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, they're like
Radiant's middle
already
tower is
cool
under
on again.
attack.
And it's like
Avalanche. And the Spirit is a lot. Avalanche toss. Chalice shifts not gonna last much longer, but they've got the charge coming in on the Firefly. And Chalice has to back away as he is sitting really low. The Nether Strike coming down from X Nova, and Firefly just run down. Nobody went to help him. For a while, Chalice was down a little bit of health, and they had no confidence going in to save him.
How do you fight into Stone Gaze and Sonic Wave though at this point? With that lackluster farm we have when he wants right now? Like, Firefly can deal a lot of damage, but other than that, who's gonna follow up?
Dire's structures are
They got two
fortified.
supports that don't really offer a lot of damage. Like a Weaver that's not snowballing is not nearly as scary. Like we've seen yesterday, when Syncube plays a Weaver, he was like at
Dire's bottom tower is
7.5k
under
network at
attack.
this point, and a real menace.
He was a menace, but eventually that did
Dire's
disappear.
bottom tower has
Charge
fallen.
coming out, and we'll see through JT Arena, Spear, great Yules. So there's the charge in onto Emo, and now they have no Arena, no Spear, nothing to lock them down. The blink forward with the Earth Spike. And
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
there, but that's just going to make it much more difficult for JT. He tries to survive and get the kill on the Felix, but he doesn't have the damage, and they're going to just move forward on this. RNG, we said it from the draft, we said it from the breaking point. There is no way that IG at the moment, or really throughout this entire game, have had a way of stopping them, and you know, they're bending to RNG's will at every turn.
Yeah, what's the most surprising to me is that it was a first phase Lycan, but he's having such a good game.
A free game.
Like, he had like 3 picks to really prepare for it. And yeah, like, it's a little bit unfortunate that the game's gone this way. It's like, I don't know where the damage issues are going to disappear, because like he gets more aura for his team. They try to have like 8 armor, the lifesteal aura, they're very survivable. Medusa, we don't even need to talk about her. Like, there's no way you can shoot through that health pool at this moment. And the problem is gonna get worse. Right? Yeah. They were supposed to be the ones ahead right now if they wanted to win the game. But they're behind so far.
I don't even know what their plan is to come back from down so much. Like,
They need to somehow find the back, and like the Tiny needs to Shadow Blade in, hope they don't have a sentry, kill the support, and slowly tickle away at the Medusa. They need to isolate her, they need to grip her.
he did finally go Maelstrom. He was building
Dire
Battle
are
Fury for a
scanning.
little bit, or thinking about it at least.
Well, that's a step in the right direction, but hello, Golem.
It's such a menace to society.
Say that, golems have families too.
The dire society.
Worthy tribute.
Radiant welcome him with open arms.
Yeah, Quap almost on the BKB now. Just need to run of dead. I need a full duration grip on someone, or like a really nice spear initiation on the Quap.
Dire's
Perfect.
top tower is under attack.
Which they almost had.
Almost. But then here's you.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
He also had an Aegis at the time. Wasn't so
Radiant
risky.
are scanning.
But then now that the BKB is complete, he's a lot more tanky. Because they seem to be happy just farming away, whereas RNG is also just happy farming away, because I do wholeheartedly believe that it's quite a bit stronger.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that's the case, certainly.
You know, like if we are lost, if we have Omni Vision, maybe IG feeling the same way, like what do we do right now?
Yeah, what are our answers? How do we get through this? What are the pieces we have to get together here? And like you said, it kind of starts with do they have the ability to even get a pickoff?
Bodies hit the floor.
You need a full duration Fiend's Grip, but how are you going to get that with everything you're up against? You said it before, this is not a fun game for any support that would have been in this game, let alone a Bane.
Yeah, now they spoke up. Charge in the bot lane.
Good slaying string chains. That'll stop the charge.
Yeah, also. Ooh. Oh, it's triple remnant. Whoa, okay. Well, he's out. So up remnants.
Come back later when I have remnants.
2 minutes time, please. Thank you. Okay, we'll drop the delivery at the door.
Oh, the delivery never gets left at the door. It's always just quickly into, sorry, we missed you. And then they leave it on my door.
Did they ever give it like to your neighbors? Like that happened a lot in Germany to me. Like the neighbors get my package and I go over like, did you receive the package from me? Like, yeah, we did. Yeah.
No, we didn't. Oh, why are you wearing the shirt I ordered? I love this band as well.
Yeah, that's actually my shirt.
Shapeshift JT, he sends up the arena as the spear that lands out on the chalice. Sleight of fist, Searing Chains, Manta, they've got the Organ, now they've got the Fiend's Grip, nobody going under the Ollie just yet. The damage zone coming through from the Wolves as well as the illusions of the Medusa. They use that Sonic Wave, they get the kill to fly by, they'll take him out for 60 seconds. Here is the Stone Gaze, God King, looking Mars right in the eyes, come at me. But he'll be turned to stone and eventually killed off. That's 3 kills here for RNG, and probably the best fight IG have had. It started with the Fiend's Grip at the arena, and nothing happened.
Yeah, but that's because like so far behind. This needed to happen a good 10-15 minutes ago.
Dire's middle
Like
tower is
the
under
amount of
attack.
space they have given RNG,
Radiant's bottom tower
they
is
just don't
under
have the
attack.
damage now. And I don't know when they will have sufficient damage because RNG is not getting weaker.
No. I don't even know what the
Dire's
timing is when they
structures
do
are
start getting
fortified.
weaker.
Well,
75 minutes?
Maybe, yeah. When the 6 started for 30 minutes and can't end the game, maybe.
Yeah, no,
But,
you're catching up.
it's tough. It is really tough. Like they drafted themselves into a corner where you only have this like one out of it, and if you miss that timing, the game's kind of gone. You might just be there. They're just waiting for the next Roshan, which just spawned.
Dire are scanning.
Scan comes out from the Dire, so they know exactly where it is, but this feels like a last ditch. We either get this or
I build it. To be fair, they don't have ults right now on the Radiant, so. Okay.
Swarm comes in, and the Ancient Dragon got the spear landing again, as well as the arena that's keeping God King away. Silence through onto the Ember. Slight, no chains, so Felix able to just walk it out. Charge coming through all the way out of 5-5 with the PK being popped by JT. X Nova, he did his mix it, but the Stone Gaze being used.
damage out on Frisk, takes him out, and so does Fly. Yeah, they'll call GG. This is pretty much how they wrote up, and he's dead. It was their last chance for IG to make something happen. There was nothing for them to make happen. Eventually, RNG win the fight, win the game. They even it up at 1.
Yeah, well drafted by RNG, and well played for them as well. Especially the early game, I didn't think they were gonna win the lanes as handily as they did. And yeah, I just felt like IG wasn't really in this game like ever. Like all 3 cores were always top net worth, except for like a minute where Medusa like withdrew to the angle, pumped up a little bit.
Yeah.
But the Lycan was just completely unchecked. Like, he's the guy that's gonna set the pace for the team. He gets this really fast Dominator, takes 2 towers, gets really fast Overlord, they take Roshan. Very systematic, very simple, you know. And again, they pick that Lycan. Why don't you have any answer to what you know is coming?
Radiant team ban. Invictus Gaming's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Right, well, the draft is... It's time to say konnichiwa to our draft master.
This is the last time. I'm done.
You started this.
Did I?
Yes.
Wasn't it you?
If it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Exactly. You do it once, and then they pick up and they can't let it go. Yeah, I never went, but I've got to practice here for the next time I'm there.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, Liz, what are you expecting for anticipating for this third game?
We'll see. Breaker, I think, might not be touched. This is the hero that I'm completely... It's only Spirit Breaker. Those two are the main focal points. Then comes the IO, Queen of Pain. Spirit Breaker, he fell, right? From that position 4 from offlane into a position 5 in the last game even. So it looks these two teams at least aren't valuing him as that 4 or core as much and might be let through again in the banning stage. But if we do see a Tiny, I would rather see it on position 4. Whereas Ricky said, like, you're picking it as a carry, you need some buffs, right? You need some amps, anything. You didn't have a single thing that could make him a beast that he was in game 1.
No, I absolutely agree. And without that IO, felt very, very weak. And that's kind of the combo. I feel like once you ban the IO, you should have essentially banned the Tiny out as well, but they decided to play it anyway. What was the logic behind putting the Spirit Breaker on the 5 and the Lion on the 4?
So Spirit Breaker is played on 5. Like, it's not a new thing. Hero is pretty strong. You can give him an Orb of Venom and he will be able to brawl versus anything in the lane. Plus, you're denying it from the enemy. Like, they can't pick it. It's overall just a solid pick. Not the greatest 5. So, when the hero is that broken, I think it can work anywhere.
I wanted to get the Blink Dagger on the line, of course, when you're playing against the Spirit. Yeah. So that easy catch makes a lot of sense. Guys, what's your what hero do you want to see these guys playing? Are there any signatures?
Radiant team ban.
It'd be cool to see the Morphling come back in. It's been getting banned a lot. I think Neff talking about the Brute. Yeah, Fly's Morph.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Invictus Gaming's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Invictus Gaming's turn to pick. Invictus Gaming's turn to ban.
That's
True.
Radiant
True. So,
team
do you
ban.
think there would be any merit
Invictus
in then
Gaming's turn
IG
to
trying
ban.
to take the challenge to RNG and so drafting for the late game? Can that be against how?
No, from them, it doesn't really matter that much as long as their whole draft is compact. That's how I see them. That's how I see this matchup. I feel that IG on paper is a stronger team, even though they didn't have
10
the best time
seconds remaining.
recently. They're in their form.
Radiant
They are a
team
bit
ban.
stronger.
Invictus
they just need to figure
Gaming's
out
turn to pick.
draft like that first one, something that worked for them. They are flashy a lot when it comes to strategies, drafts. Like if you remember the first 2 seasons as well, they are innovative. Like they like to mix things up, and that's what I want to see.
Yeah. All right. We will see that as we are now into the
10
draft
seconds
for
remaining.
game number 3. Apologies for the short delay there, but we can now get it
Radiant
started
team pick.
for this third and final game. The decided matchup in this best 3 game between IG and RNG. This guy's hiding in his shirt. He's so scared. maybe. Give this man some heaters.
Don't you warm your hands if
seconds
you're
remaining.
cold? You aren't really putting something over your head, right? Like,
Maybe he's got cold
5
lips.
seconds
you know?
remaining.
Been on nice slightly before the game
you know
started.
that cans are they're the easiest one to.
Just said he's been sucking on an ice slightly.
All right.
He's got it's all cold.
Sure.
He's trying
What
to
do
warm
you think about that, sucker?
That's
Rolled up.
I don't like it one. I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised they let it through first. Yeah, true.
Yep.
10
Definitely not
seconds
fun
remaining.
for you
Invictus
or
Gaming's
the OD
turn
player.
to-
I'm gonna put you under. I'm gonna meteor hammer you. You're gonna die. For OD pickers, it's
It's a great time all around.
yeah, and the hero is as versatile as the Prophet. Can be on that mid lane, can be on the off lane. They pick up the Nyx Assassin against him. I
10
don't really think that
seconds
this is a
remaining.
huge counter. It used to be, but it's no longer
5
as strong.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It doesn't have as much of an impact, but there's still a lot of options left in the pool that we normally see banned out in the first phase. Obviously, Weaver is still in.
Invictus
The
Gaming's
Mars
turn
is still
to
available.
Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, the Spirit Breaker. Like, there's still so many big picks available. And it's because we're seeing like the respect bans of the Lycan and Emos, like Storm Spirit first phase. Like these are
Radiant team ban.
typically your first phase bans, right?
Even Joe, right? Even he likes to
Works great with OD.
be playing with that ogre.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. I really. It shouldn't work. I'm not sure
5
why it works.
seconds remaining.
Anyways, they ban out the Broodmother. This is something that
Invictus Gaming's
33
turn
did
to
versus an
ban.
OD as well. Because I believe Team Spirit's OD. Really, you can't deal with Brood. As an OD, you don't deal well with heroes that get on top of you easily and that can disable you or summons, right? Broodmother is just
10 seconds remaining.
overwhelms you.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Good times for all. I mean, it's good times for him right now. Like, out of the meta for a couple of months, then he comes back even stronger. Another ban, they're literally just protecting the OD.
10
It's what I like as well
remaining.
from IG. They ban out the Invictus, probably the
Invictus
best.
Gaming's turn to ban.
Feel that imprisonment turn it against him. Then you have the bonus range. Obviously, it's much easier. You save the targets being and whatnot. But for me, OD is a hero he is naturally broken.
10 seconds remaining.
You really need to protect him. He cannot be played in any draft.
5 seconds
You need
remaining.
to draft around him and ban out certain heroes. Charging, yeah. I just say that IG has an amazing view. Camp.
Yeah, it does, right? It's so cool.
That's a sick.
Radiant team
Very,
ban.
Well, it might be a bit distracting, you know.
Is it IG or RNG?
That's IG.
IG, right?
Yeah, that's IG.
Well, you can see X over in the bottom right. There's a cute little face poking up there.
Yeah, you're right.
So adorable. I reckon when he goes out to like walk in parks and stuff, like mother birds come down and try to feed him.
10
think he's a
seconds remaining.
Baby.
5 seconds remaining.
Welcome.
They ban out the Puck as well. It's one of the heroes that beats OD in the lane as well. They put Puck, they could put DP on offlane, perhaps put Puck against the OD if OD is even mid. Actually, do you guys like him on offlane more or?
I like him in an
Radiant
offlane
team
position. I really like OD offlane.
Invictus Gaming's turn to
I like it.
For me, like, you can destroy mid laners, but as a hero, like you contribute more to the game. You get that meteor hammer, you can pressure that safe lane, then the mid laner can rotate in, right? But if you're a mid laner, it's not really natural for the offlaner to
10
sack his lane,
seconds
come help you
remaining.
out, because you get that meteor hammer too. So if there's something that can push
5
out the lane
seconds
easily,
remaining.
it doesn't feel as if it dominates the lane, it's amazing. If it doesn't,
It's a gamble, for sure. Mid is a bit more consistent. You know what you're going to get, provided you're not against any hard counter, which there isn't really many. You've got so many abilities to be able to, well, just one ability. It's a very good ability to get you out of a sticky situation. And we now have ourselves a Tusk on the side of RNG, which is a very interesting pick. I mean, this hero has not been popular in any region, really, we've seen so far. We have seen in NA and SA a little bit of Tusk offlane.
Gaming's turn to
East Coast play a bit of Tusk offlane. At the yes, true. Their offlaner is a nutcase, so always entertaining.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
Razor.
I agree with you. Like both of these heroes aren't strong. Tusk is strong on any lane. Nyx is weak on any lane. It all depends on player preference, match in the lane.
I think that's your mid razor, right?
10 seconds remaining. Invictus Gaming's turn to bat. Lena.
We've seen recently, at least in other tournaments, Razor on the safe lane a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, with different builds as well, right? Like,
It's very good with Ogre as well, because you have the attack amplification,
10
which
seconds
static link,
remaining.
and then the slow as well. I mean, any slow plus Razor, and you probably win the lane. Like, it's
5
literally that
seconds
powerful.
remaining.
It's so silly.
this is pretty much giving it away that Lina will be mid, that Prophet offlane with either Tusk and Nyx. It truly, for me, maybe Nyx is a bit better with that Prophet on the offlane, as he doesn't benefit as much from tag team. Then you can get a hero that actually benefits from tag team.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah.
But
Invictus Gaming's turn
I really
to
don't see a
ban.
big difference. I have this flame that's ranged and needs a brawler, and you have a brawler with. But Lina for me is so good because you're playing versus Razor and an OD. No matter which one of these two go, the mid lane Lina should do.
10 seconds
yeah.
remaining.
And
If they go mid, even.
5 seconds remaining.
But they're actually banning out other mid
Radiant
laners.
team ban.
Yeah.
Probably Razor safely in that.
Yeah, it makes sense too when you see the Lena pick because it means like you're not like really gonna win the mid lane, but also Death Prophet is like fairly safe into the Razor as well. It's not that hard of a matchup.
10 seconds remaining.
Lifestealer is just banned out all the time. I'm not sure as well.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess versus OD, you have this built-in BK.
You dodge out the Meteor Hammer, and one of the things like with an offlane OD is you want to be able to punish the safe lane for being present in the lane, force them out, take the tower, and Lifestealer as well as the Faceless Void both good at getting outside. That's my
Invictus
like
Gaming's
that's the only thing I
turn
can
to pick.
really rationalize as to why they do that. So probably an offlane OD, and they're looking for their mid laner, just like you guys were talking about. Nice Mars ban.
10 seconds
yeah,
remaining.
that's interesting. So they're just covering the bases. They're just saying like, hey,
5
you guys got OD
seconds
Razor, right?
remaining.
You're flexible as anything, you know? You're doing a yoga draft over here. We're just going to ban out whatever we think is strong. Doesn't really matter what lane it's in. Like, we just know that.
To ban out the hero that you think is
Radiant
strongest against
team
you
pick.
as well. You have
In the
this Lina,
spirit.
Yeah.
Arena can be
Yep.
damn decent.
Exactly right. So final pick now for IG. They don't have long on the clock. They're going to go for the Ember Spirit. So even now, I'm like
10
with it. I
seconds
assume this is
remaining.
mid-Ember.
It's emo, it's gotta be.
Yeah, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
It's popped up occasionally.
I think it's nearly as popular as a position one Razor, though. I mean, if we're just going by popularity, imagine that was worth it, but it is IG, though. They feel is best. Especially, I don't even think they've decided now. The last pick might be what really nails the hammer home for them.
So what do you think? I mean, RNG obviously need a safe lane here. I would say it's most likely that it's the offlane OD, right? When you see Razor and Ember Spirit as your other. Yeah, I was gonna say, is Wraith King like one of your only options, but into a Razor it doesn't feel exceptionally good?
Yeah, nothing feels that great anymore. Yeah, likely. Look at Ember, he deals with all the illusion heroes. If you look at Razor, melees are kind of play into an OD as well.
We got a Ricky.
Dude, you know I would always full send a Ricky, but that hero is so bad.
So bad. But...
The hero is literally like bottom 10 in the entire game.
Something, do they play anything weird like
Bloodseeker.
You may now
Yeah,
select
right.
your hero.
like
Give me a sniper.
Definitely does.
give me a good old sniper, yeah. Bloodseeker. Okay.
It's not necessarily stand in front, but it is run in front.
Yeah. You can build them fairly tanky too, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can rush a BKB on this hero. It's one of these heroes which doesn't really need much, so you can always go for the BKB if it is required. And that'll be the final pickup for RNG, lining up their roster nicely. But which direction are we leaning, guys?
I'm gonna go first, and you guys just go against me. You're gonna win.
I like the strategy.
100%. I'll go with IG. My spirit is.
Too much Spear Breaker today, man.
10
I feel like
seconds
the
remaining.
draft is simpler, easier to execute, At the same time,
5
I know in my
seconds
heart,
remaining.
like deep inside, RNG is taking this.
IG?
I am also gonna go IG.
Ghost's gonna go IG. Alrighty. I'll go RNG, I think. Why not? Why not? They beat them last time. They could do it again. Let's find out what happens. We are casting the two for this one, and it is Bcop and Black on the mic to take you guys through game number 3.
Thank you very much, Nomad. I don't understand why, they just give predictions over there. Don't have any reasoning. They get off easy, right? Do we have any reasoning behind our predictions?
No,
Okay.
because
We're on the same page.
we're not the experts. They're the experts. We're
Yeah.
We're just here to kind of talk.
Once we're all out of that room, we're just no longer the expert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
Makes
Like
sense.
you see Lizard, the
What is it,
draft master.
1 for 6 today.
Yeah, drafts don't offer the predictions, to be fair. But next time, I got the news.
He's getting next.
Oh. Apparently, that's what you told me.
Yeah, you're both out. You're both out.
Oh yeah, GG. Well, good luck.
It's gonna be tough without you guys. We'll be doing end of the day kind of reel. Like those.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
What can you do, man? Life is life. Let's enjoy our last cast together.
Ever. Definitely the truth. Definitely ever. But we'll have to enjoy it.
Friends, let us
Some memories.
skirmish.
We already do, especially from Singapore. We bonded very closely.
The bonds were there, not fatal bonds, but almost. So.
So you think IG got it, huh?
I was saying that earlier. I think their draft looks pretty easy to execute. A lot of comfort there. OD getting banned all day except for now, and got it. GP.
Is he an OD master, would you say?
We'll have to see.
Look at his thing. Gold OD. That means he's level 12. Means he's played it about 120 times.
Is that how much it takes to get to gold?
I have no idea.
30
Depends on what
seconds
quest.
to battle.
True. Yeah, but they don't refresh that often.
They don't.
They really should make it so they refresh more often. But I also think.
They also use stuff.
Well, you get more points though. Leveling up your damage room, all that stuff.
I don't do Gamba.
I don't know. All I know is I'm on the road to Grandmaster Ancient
The
Emperor.
battle begins.
Soon. TM.
Very soon, of course.
Yeah. Don't forget the
I'll
TM.
spam it.
I mean, I do think they. But RNG does have good tools though. This game to deal with them, right? Like it's not like a one-sided draft or anything.
I think this is one of the most even drafts we've seen today.
Yeah, it is. Just the mid lane might be a little bit hard for the Ember Spirit. Like Lina is really lane dominator, and Ember really like to lane against her. But the Old will have to do quite a bit of lifting. I think this game, Emu shouldn't be able to get a good start.
I don't know if you noticed that when we got that side view right there, but if you could see it on the Lina's right clicks, it's not changed because of the Aghanim's Labyrinth thing. It's just stacked. So it's technically, from the side, it's showing 2 projectiles going out. They're just like layered.
I'm too tired of it, lost me. I'm sure what you talk about, but
you know, you never know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's also why we broke up. But
you just don't get me anymore.
Yeah, it's not you though, it's me.
It's me.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. Right, let's go trying to deny together. Oh, you got that one. I feel the lasted master. You only made one of those as a razor. Pretty impressive. Pause. We all know extra equal means pause.
What did you say it meant?
Wait, yeah. I don't know why. Maybe some Chinese viewers from the chat can enlighten us.
Do you put in the equals? Wait for V.
I played? Of course, you gotta adopt the culture. Yeah, and then the Kai Wu. That smoke.
I don't want to mean to Tusk, but he looks like a dude.
Where's an ogre?
Yeah, that's the thing. He's standing right next to Ogre, and he looks like the doofus in that picture.
How about bird? No, real doofus.
Yeah. The bird's the bird.
It's like the worst Arcana they've ever made.
I like blue, the upgrade. I think that looked okay. I did really like the Ogre set where they're wearing the Jakiro costume.
Oh, that was it. I mean, there's just a meme though. It's good though.
They better get in.
Yeah. Have you seen the Black Spider thing?
Black Widow.
Dude,
I didn't.
That one is so scary actually.
It's scary, but it's like very smooth.
Yeah, but it's too smooth. That's why it's scary.
Yeah.
It looks like an actual monster spider in Dota. The only reason why I can handle Broodmother is because it doesn't really look like a spider. You know what I mean?
Arachnophobic?
A little bit.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
Deep down.
But if it came to it, of course, you know, if I had to fight a gigantic spider, I would definitely win.
So, when you smush a spider, are you like a shoe person, shoe on stomp? Or are you like, you grab like one tissue and you try to
Squeeze it?
Yeah, just smash it with your hand, or do you?
That depends. I have it at hand, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've been traveling a lot. Like sometimes in China, sometimes in Malaysia, sometimes in Canada, and you all have different tools at your disposal. So I'm a very well-versed man with many tools.
Are you okay?
Get rid of many insects. Also, luckily, mosquitoes hate my blood. They never suck. My blood. Is it a thing that they don't go to some people?
You're just not sweet enough.
Saying that smell bad.
No, I'm just
Okay.
you don't get that candy in you.
It's so funny because every time team, like they all have mosquito bites. I'm like, I don't. I have no blood. Maybe.
That's like a.
Maybe.
Don't attract
Dire's middle
mosquitoes.
tower is
I
under
don't attract
attack.
anything. I don't even. He went for the weird shield OD again. No passive.
Ooh, did.
Nice.
In some trouble, had the help of Frisk, but they'll rotate over X Nova.
Yeah, which is good for the OD because he really needs that solo experience. As you can see, struggling a little bit.
Gosh, the Ogre is so annoying with the Ignite, especially once he starts getting those levels in the multicasts.
Yeah, then you get like a triple ignite on you and it lasts for like 24 seconds.
Battlefields too, not
Holy,
too great. There's the
man.
stun. Felix on the run.
Burn it! There was like just
The
nice.
last tick.
Yeah, which dealt like 12 damage with 11 health. If this angle came a little bit earlier, would have lived, but Dota is a game of millimeters and milliseconds.
And you even nanoseconds.
Sure. And sometimes you just eyes raging ult out and mana.
Soul Ring matter.
Yeah. In fact, Soul Ring killed, apparently. I didn't even know about the system.
There's apparently a post about it like 5 years ago.
Yeah. And you guys on the case. Well, now this is where the Batsika pick seems a little bit like you're a lane dominator, but you're playing against Odie, which is the lane dominator.
The lane dominator, yeah.
Exactly. So he's struggling a lot, and Batsika really needs a good game. Rish. It's fast Maelstrom. He was actually doing a lot. Not a lot better than I thought. He was still quite far behind, but he's at least holding it going.
He does feel like he's still bringing it to the arena despite the fact that he's down 11 CS. Like he's playing aggressive, he's not too scared to really get in there.
At what cost though?
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't really but that plus inflection is a lot. Oh, good shards, Ollie.
Just TP out apparently.
Yeah.
As a healing self, so
You're down. Just TP to the tier 1. He's the Sal trying to run back into it. He's got the static link. Felix trying to fight, and now here's the stun. So Ollie helping out. The Ignite goes up, Plasma Field's there, and Firefly gets the kill. Ollie, maybe some people panic, TP back to base, Ali TPs to the tier 1. He's got the salve. He's back into the fight almost immediately.
They didn't know that, and despite knowing that, they still fought. So yeah, at least they're a little bit low on resources now. So when the Tusk comes back, Emo, he's in trouble.
And Tuscan coming back, actually going towards mid to get the kill on the Emo. That'll really help Somnus start to pull away in this matchup.
And he was already ahead by far. Now he's level 6. Once the Ember comes back to lane.
700 ahead.
Yeah, feels like game 1.
Did I do the math on that right? Yeah, just about so. As no field.
Nice shots, though.
Gosh, again, just really close to fall. Even thinking about going in, turning around on the field for a second.
Yeah, Emo will definitely need some time to get back into this game, and Odie will have make space for him, maybe even the Razor as well. Yeah, like the last pick Ember, it's a very curious pickup here. Because lane instantly, you know, is tough. And then also they have a Nyx Assassin who is considered a pretty good counter to Ember. Because you can't really ever use the flame gun lanes. Well, goodbye, Ollie.
Ollie is gonna die here to the Laguna Blade.
At least he tanked the Laguna, so
It feels a little bit safer.
Yep.
X-Nova Tokyo drifting these wards down.
He got 2 spots. They haven't seen it, I think.
Might have just.
I mean, look at the net the blood schedule. Like, this is also really sad. And the DP as well. The Sidons are not going well. Like, Thomas will have to rotate, get something done soon. Poor God King is getting bullied so much.
Yeah, not an easy lane. Like you said, lane dominator. Here comes the Meteor Hammer, but it's right on the Spike Carapace. They've got the silence on the 2. X-Nova is getting low. This Meteor Hammer damage is just absurd.
And just turned 90 damage.
Some quick damage coming through.
He's just running away though.
The wand, does he have the survivability? No, not at all, especially with 4 heroes in the top lane make that happen.
So that means it's gonna concede the bot tower or what? The Meteor already is there, it takes 3 counts and it's gone.
Yeah,
Nick just TP's there.
What's he gonna do? Spike Carapace and that's it?
Well, he could potentially try to impale him, but he has to be careful he doesn't just die there again. They don't have DP ult yet. They need to get the tower down. Yeah, now they're both kind of stuck here. Looks a little bit, yeah, still not so close.
Radiant's
so far
middle
be
tower
calm.
is under attack.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter. That bottom tier 1's gonna go down, and top not getting pressured as much as they would really hope.
They do have DP all of the waves, so they'll be able to amp the pressure by quite a bit. Bottom, he picks it up, an Invis rune. Not the best rune, unfortunately, but
Rune of invisibility.
what you can do with it. If you're running top with it, they're all up. Pop Exo, wanna kill P?
Yeah, I mean, if they kill the DP and they were looking for that top tier 1, that's really gonna feel quite bad. They do spot Felix. You know, the exorcism really doesn't lead to them getting it or anything out of it. And Meteor Hammer just instantly being thrown down onto the bottom tier 1. It's not a massive lead right now, but the building blocks are there.
Yeah. Once his bot tower is gone and Obi joins the top fight, perhaps. Meteor Hammer is back up on 4.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They want to kill the Nyx Assassin as well. They know he's never sure. They got him.
First button, Spike Carapace, spikes up spikes on spikes, but here comes the damage through onto X-Nova. Flyfly using that ult, they're trying to guide themselves through the tree to keep up with this Nyx. Get the kill. Flyfly gets credit for that one, and while they've gotten that tier 1 down bottom, the top tier 1 still continues to stand. No exorcism to throw the way of this tower, and it's been bloodlusted by Ollie, so not exactly easy to take down either. They've got 3 heroes committing to try and to make something happen in this top lane, but they've spent so much time trying to get this tower.
Yeah, it's really bad. Look at the Bloodseeker's number of 2.7k. He's so far behind everybody.
Dire's top
And we
tower
spoke about how this fast out from us would really amp his game up. We're running close. like 2k away from it at this point. Like some people,
Dire's top tower has
they
fallen.
already have us from minute 11.
I'm a little surprised IG still considered conceding that. Or, well, didn't consider it. They did concede that.
It's always a bit tough to like rainbow to be in a
Radiant's
form.
middle tower is under attack.
Didn't get the most options, but like OD now just transitions to mid lanes. That's means you have like that tower. And what is RNG's answer here? Have access in 20. They need a big team when they need to get the Bloodseeker back in the game. Or at least make a lot of space for him.
Seems very tough. Because have exorcism, but it's not like this is super farmed or anything like that. Struggling both the Death and the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, and Nick on the level 6 here. A lot of problems right now for RNG, but the team fight is all it takes sometimes, Mr. Cobbers.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
Cobbers?
Cobbers.
Copper? At least cobbers, like one on the cop.
No, Cobbers. Like KO.
Exorcism.
Wow.
Very
Radiant
quickly.
structures are
Well,
fortified.
you're dead.
They got the kill on a Frisk. That's okay, I guess, but they still need to turn it into a tower take. And at the moment, OD is still just bottom, so it doesn't look like he's going to come and defend this at all. It doesn't look like they'll defend the tier 1 mid at all.
Has fallen.
They want to fight this exorcism. IG kind of allowing RNG to do what they want with that mid fight without the Lion, and a little surprising. It doesn't feel like they're in a position to really hammer down on RNG.
Literally, because OD hasn't used it at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like you. I'm a
Radiant's
little
bottom
surprised that
tower is under
they're being this
attack.
cautious. Like, what exactly are they waiting for? Question mark! Exclamation mark!
XD.
Radiant
Smoke.
are scanning.
Three
Dire
heroes.
are
Blue
scanning.
triangle. Lena.
Ooh, Felix, a good spot to
Radiant's middle
potentially
tower is
break
under
the smoke of the back, but just isn't there in time.
Dire's top
And,
tower
well,
is under attack.
Honestly, IG aren't there in time to get the kill on anybody. We're looking to try and get Somnus,
Radiant's
but
middle tower
he's
is
out
under
of
attack.
dodge.
Yeah,
Radiant's
recognition.
middle tower
Still do
has
get the mid tower, which is very important. Equalizing the tower count. And Bloodseeker still needs a long time. Like, he hasn't been farming throughout all of this. Look at his network, 3.5k. It's enough. It's basically like a support network at the time.
It's a Jin Q Weaver
And then
support.
someone took the entire way from him.
Yeah,
They're not
he's
even planning
farming
to-
anything.
He literally tanked the creep for Somnus. He's like, okay. Take it. I didn't want it.
Okay, JT looking to land a meteor hammer
On the trees.
on the trees.
He hates those. That one in particular.
In his inner timber style there.
Yeah, I haven't seen that for a while. Yeah, Bloodlusted OD can become a really, really strong hero in a mid game.
Radiant's bottom tower
Just in
is under
general, like,
attack.
Bloodseeker struggling so bad in the early game. I don't know how you transition to the mid game. You BK be quick.
Rune of
You need
invisibility.
Maelstrom quick. You need a, he made like 300 gold in 2 minutes. 150 GPM right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Over on the
attack.
prowl. Oh, the impact landed up.
They got the
Oh, nice save.
great defensive astral and out and they'll drop down the sanity, getting the kill on a chalice. They'll look for Felix. He's into the tree and TPing away, but I mean that was an aggressive play from RNG. It was the wrong way once IG are able to counter, and that all comes off the back of JT, who uses that astral imprisonment defensively.
His Odin band every game.
There's your answer, and that's not even like the biggest reason right there.
I mean, yeah, the biggest reason is that there's so many reasons to do it.
Yeah. You talk about heroes that do a lot, and I think one of the heroes we were kind of talking about on the panel before was Grim's.
Yeah.
Like, OD does so much, especially with the build that he's got.
Yeah. Lanes well. Precious towers, did a ton of damage, good team fight, little late game saves, setups. Pressure. Oh, OD, no, not a problem.
Another exorcism. What are they going to do with this? They've got the silence on the two for the meteor hammer. He's going to stand his ground. Everybody's going to avoid it. And eventually JT dies. They get 2 kills there for RNG, so IG get caught on the opposite end of the river and lose too.
Yeah, they weren't already, and RNG was. A really good fight for them. Plastica really needed it.
Jumps up, but
Far behind, but at least he's getting on the board.
Got it.
But the real big winner so far is Somnus. He's really rich. One
super
choice.
far.
Yeah, one his BKB is going to be hard to fight for IG potentially. On BKB on the Razor, but he's just going to get Ruptured. And the Ruptured Razor is not a Razor.
can't move his Razor. You're not getting all the output you should.
No.
Help with Frisk. There's the
It's Zahandu.
your kill, I believe.
Yeah.
You said yesterday that Immortal makes that finger just feel that much better.
Yeah, the sound and the zip.
Yeah, the sound of the zigzag.
Yeah. And you're gonna say Zahandu every time. Zahandu.
Oh.
Yeah. That's one. Have you ever to JoJo? You know what it is. And there's a stand called the Zahandu. It's just like a hand.
Who's your favorite stand? Have you watched Stone Ocean yet?
And I have not. I think
You have to watch.
from what I watched so far is that world for sure.
Yeah, I do love it.
It is quite big.
It's always a fun time. Actually, love the Sex Pistols.
The hell is that?
One of
the stands?
Yeah,
I don't know many stands.
you gotta watch.
I have a lot of anime catching up to do.
Yeah, well,
I'm so busy with life, you know, like I tend to you.
busy casting games.
Yeah.
KT still throwing those meteor hammers down onto these creeps. He went to the 4-staff. Now he's going another
top tower.
the blink dagger.
Scanning.
Although I assume he's going to be holding that gold and maybe thinking if he needs the blink burst or the maybe.
Yeah, but living on the OD is just very important to get into position for those saves. Now the Razors BKB, they're looking at for their own good team fight, and well, they see it's Nova, but
You can kind of track him off that courier.
you want to go on him?
They track him with the courier. They know exactly where he is. You get the kill on X Nova. Easy kill there for Emo. That is a 5-man smoke right now for just a Nyx assassin.
It's very inconsequential. Is it?
It is, you know. Didn't get this approach. It's not as consequential as it feels.
Yeah, OD is ridiculous. Look at OD deals spam stuff. System, please. Thank you. Why is Arcana off work on Roshan? It's not a good one.
Roshan needs to be stronger.
Yeah. Seriously, look at this. This is ridiculous.
Get bullied.
They killed plus 5 and then killed Roshan in like 15 seconds.
First stage is into the hands of IG. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Snapworth has been humping.
He's pretty rich. Didn't pay attention killing. They make space for the Bloodseeker. Like honestly, I don't know if it's gonna backfire now because Lina can like snowball super hard. If you die once or twice and the Bloodseeker have Nepo Phoenix because you took the whole map, you might end up having to 1v5. And is Lina here to do that? It can be, but against Razor, OD, and Ember, it's not easy.
It's easy, but if you've got some lines, like it's certainly possible. If you've got the making
Who's gonna front?
make the at least disrupted. He's not frontlining like a tank or anything. But he does
Dire's
disrupt
bottom
the fight,
tower
right?
is under
Yeah,
attack.
it's possible. But they're also playing against an instant hex. Like,
Frontline tough, yeah.
yeah, you never want to play against one massive core against heroes like Lion or Doom.
Dire's bottom
It's very
tower is
punishing
under
if you're out of
attack.
position ever. Just straight for Daedalus.
Radiant's
Alright.
middle tower is under
Dominate's very
attack.
in the zone right now.
Yeah, like he wants to win. Oh,
Dire's bottom
doesn't?
tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As long as I get a participation trophy.
Radiant structures are fortified.
really? Yeah, the kind of mindset I've got.
It's all about the fun, the friends we made along the way.
Dire's
Yeah,
structures
yeah,
are
that's what they always say
fortified.
in school anyway. They hate you if you don't perform.
Radiant's top
perfect.
tower is under attack.
You didn't win the trophy for school. You were a disgrace.
Radiant's
But
top
here's your
tower
participation.
has fallen.
Top goes down. 5-5 and credit for that one, as everybody is here from IG. And OD does decide to go to the KB. So JT, we're thinking about the Blink Dagger. It's the BB first. You might go to the Blink Dagger and double
Dire's
back
bottom
for
tower
it.
is under attack.
Oh,
X-Nova.
nah, he saw that one.
Yeah, he's got the sentry and saw X-Nova trying to make that
middle
move.
tower
One
is
probably
under
his
attack.
food like that. Oh, those kind of moments. Quick fingers, quick thinking too.
You want to come through, but Frisky's ready for this. Blink back, ignite him out. Charge a little bit off the mark.
He could purpose the Ogre with the ignite on, chooses not to. On cooldown.
Yeah. Unfortunate, because that's probably a kill.
Yeah.
You can just keep up with him.
Well, so both teams again just. Series has been the slowest I think we've had all like DPC China.
Super cautious.
Yeah, both teams really.
And I don't know if that's a product of maybe for IG no Kaka
Potentially.
and RNG just working it out.
Yeah, I mean, Bloodziger is more closer to his items, I guess. It's just,
Radiant's
and
bottom
if they
tower
win the
is
Bloodziger
under
like
attack.
then it must be good. But usually how the games look like this, yeah, gonna go the team fight, get bursted, and they make no action progression. I just really give it all space. Like the only strong hero right now is that Lena, but they're
Refusing to push.
they even have Aegis too. But I mean now they have to beat Ember. Now it's go time. Go 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 go.
Yeah, it seems like a moment now, especially with that BKB advantage of. They'll look over and shout. That's an exorcism with not a lot of help remaining, but he does get away with the help of the Walrus coming up from Felix Chaba. Fireflies go down versus Sonnet. We talked about the damage for the Lena who got a lot of farm. They can kill Felix though and taking out two with no bloods here. Felix still fighting for this again. Sonnet with not and got the blink as well. They'll drop the hammer now with the Sandy's equipped. And JT will finally take that pesky Lena.
Tally ho!
Yeah.
Get Lion in there, get
Dire's
that
top
instant
tower
Hex
is under
out.
attack.
And yeah, Leno is given space, and we saw what the Lena could do with a little bit of space, but once they were in on, once they got the Hex.
Big elephant in the room though.
Yeah. Well, not anymore.
Bloodziger dealt like 500 damage.
And no more.
And he just died. Yeah, no, unfortunately. Big one. But he needs his BKB. Like they got him extra space for his BKB, and they gotta fight afterwards. It's just like he cannot do any little thing right now. And network is held onto the Lena. As you can see, one blink hex and you're gone. It's just so rough to play a single core game. Like when I saw him take the Bloodseeker, I was kind of like, okay, you're pretty rich already.
Yes, Bloodseeker not recovering. Laguna comes out, Frisk again. We're gonna make catch a blink Hex on Somnus.
If they caught him there, he's just dead, but they don't know.
Dire's
But there
middle
was
tower is
pretty
under
ballsy from
attack.
Somnus, because Lion was right there.
Blink just not giving him the vision on to get this kill. Although Somnus still moving up, IG is right about here in the Radiant jungle. They've backed off on RNG, but they still have the Nyx assassin forward. X-Nova may be looking to give some vision to get them the opportunity they needed to jump forward, but he'll back off that area. The map is 3 heroes spoke up on the side of RNG. It's Somnus, Felix, Chaba, and Chalice. Looking potentially for an opportunity, but they'll go down mid. And
Well, that was
potentially a warding excursion?
yeah, get some offensive vision up. Try to play it on the top area, because the next roll
Dire's
is going to be
middle
very
tower is
important.
under attack.
So IG, take the
Radiant's
bottom
bottom
objective.
tower
Once that's
is under
gone, they can
attack.
just focus their entire
Radiant
attention on
structures are fortified.
the map where Roshan is going to be the big objective.
Some pressure on IG, placed by IG, but still I'm not 100% certain whether or not that's
Radiant's
pressure.
bottom tower is under attack.
Well, at least they get the tutorial for nothing, pretty much.
Radiant's
Yeah, Bloodziger
bottom
BKB
tower is
finished. Oh, he's actually in a decent spot to fight. Just fight started off like in a really weird way, where one of your biggest DPS, DP, just did on her, and she couldn't really participate in the fight anymore. Had to run away with exorcism off.
Yeah, the instant exorcism kind of not baffles me. I think that's a little bit too harsh of an adjective. But like, you're half out, you exorcism, it's risky because you're already looking to just fall back, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you can get back into the fight, but it's still probably the most opportune time.
Yeah, and it wasn't. He couldn't really do a whole lot with it. But now they have triple. Maybe Odie, in theory, should be pretty against that. Oh, they're gonna be so okay. Line is gonna put a initiation. Restrain. Success, no. Didn't worth.
Not worth me jumping in and then immediately turned on.
Yeah. They're also squishy. It's the real problem, though. They should have BKBs, but one instant hex on any of them, and they will just die. Like, they need a snowball to save them. Otherwise, they're just gone.
And Felix has done that a little bit. He's been kind of running. What's the touch? Punch.
Oh, that should be good. It's really bad.
It looks like he's just gonna be dead. Frisco's down his X note. Taking off damage from Emo. Emo now forced to remnant away as his BKB is down. Killing the assassin, but not much else. Exorcism again used very early for that fight, and it really doesn't get them anything. They're not really using this exorcism to go for objectives. It's been in these fights, but it hasn't produced results.
He is very trigger happy with the button for sure. Every time it seems like anyone is going to instant be careful.
Right, they've got the rupture. Flyfly's dead. Screen already.
They went all along.
Over the stun, and they're gonna get JT as well. IG.
Roche is up.
Really missing the mark on this jump.
That is illegal. Like, they don't under the ward the entire time. They did it.
This is illegal.
They literally have a ward right there, which is just haunted, but like at this level of play, I can't make these kind of mistakes. A lot of damage.
That really is a lot of damage. Oh, trying to make the cap. Oh shit. Somnus almost getting the kill there onto the Lina. Somnus away from the pit. And that'll give enough time for JT to respawn.
There's no approach for them.
Let's see, yeah, how much is they gonna hold on?
Once that ODP, they should be going into the pit. They still have their BKBs at least, so maybe they can fight back, but that Ember Spear with the Desolator dealt a lot of damage there.
Road almost came out ahead of Lina.
Imagine if Ignite hits the Lina there. The Ignite just kills her. So...
Radiant are scanning.
Somnus is really holding this game together. If he was to die like that, that would have just felt real bad.
Into the pit. Did he get it anymore? Ow.
Now he... Definitely.
He also has a quiver.
I don't think into this. But you're almost in a position where you have to. Roche so low, right?
Yeah, the next team is going to be very telling.
X-Nova. They've got the Syrian chain to look for the snowball as well. The war is punch but a fruit so they'll buy back immediately with the BKB by Emo. They get the ticket on Razor. IG, they launch and they got the buyback coming in for the Nyx assassin, but finally Somnus is happened, so a lot of the damage for NG have is to be out of the way. They've got the BKB still rolling on JT, who'll drop down the Savage. Gets killed first. They'll end up getting the good JT afterwards, but God King goes down to Emo, and it is a full team wipe for IG. Costly for both teams, but beneficial for only just one. Well, IG.
And it was super well played for Risk. He sees the opportunity to X and stun the Lina. The ult urge. Razor is completely out of position, but he makes a lot of space for his OD. And Ember to really get into that fight, deal a lot of damage. You probably don't want to die there, but for the greater good. Not to get rolled as well. The hit on the Ember. And Emo looking very, very happy in his little camera picture there.
Yeah.
And the rest is like in the office.
He's the smallest guy. everybody else is
Radiant's middle tower
Locked
is
in.
under attack.
I mean, I would be happy too if I had a team fight like that. Got a DD room, got my Desolate, decided to fist a couple of heroes for fools.
I will say everyone's going back to their old
Radiant's
names.
middle tower
Eric
has
is going
fallen.
back to Erica after beating Koyoyo. Paparazzi from Eurus to Paparazzi. Emo, you should go back to half. I like that.
What about full though?
Is a great conductor.
It's the way you see things, you know?
Yeah,
I was meant to.
I guess in a way, yeah, like the name change makes sense. Like emo, pop. There's a connection there. But the name is pretty sad.
Well, if you think about it like that, maybe, but
Yeah. But what if it's really happy and the name's really like a happy thought, right?
half full.
Yeah, because he always looks very happy in his pictures.
Yeah.
Fly
Radiant's
needs
top tower
armor
is
item.
under
Another
attack.
guy who should go back to is
Which one was that?
She.
No, Flashlight's way. The rolls of the ton. GGG.
Radiant's top tower has
Back when
fallen.
he was with Team Serenity.
Ran. Are they still alive? The team's still there.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the name I haven't heard for a long time.
So what are you looking for? You name items. I interrupted you with some nonsense.
Flames rush forth.
That's good. He's gonna go Satanic and then some armor out of the game. Get looking for killing him. Whoa, he almost wanted him.
Ooh, he was thinking about throwing the finger too, but he held it.
He was shining green.
Thought about getting another.
Don't need. Oh, 8K heads.
Yeah, he could jump. Yeah, worth for sure.
Big problem is really just, many times, Lina is just a glass cannon type of hero. He had the perfect game, gets caught out of position twice with the Hex, and both those teams they just lose because the biggest hero is gone. This guy is slowly building up to become a problem at least, but it might be a little too late. Perhaps.
Yeah, you say, you know, you reuse the right word, slowly. It's just not going to be fast enough, or at least right now. Again, like, yeah, they won those fights, but it wasn't like them really adding more pressure. It was more them reacting to pressure, right?
Yeah.
So we still need to see IG kind of still bring it to RNG.
Lina is very
The
strong
network's
now,
lead
though.
to do so, yeah.
He has a Satanic, so he can actually stand his ground and fight. Well, granted that he doesn't just die in an instant X like he has in the other couple of fights. The damage output of the dice is pretty ridiculous. Like the OD and the Ember and Fingers, well rated, deals a ton of damage.
You know, remember the ones who grabbed this gang. Felix was looking for something, so was X-Nova. They get the Holly, and now, well, that's it. That's all they get. 5-man smoke, it gets you a 5 position. Not the greatest of trades. I mean, that is almost not as good as when you trade a Graveler and get a goal.
Yeah. At least they were at the edges time with it.
Yeah,
Which is
that's true.
1 minute. After that, Ember won't be as adventurous as the... Building pure damage. Dale is next on him. He did run again.
You do that before in your games. Summon the DD rune. Light a circle of candles.
I mean, I tried, it just doesn't work for me. But I don't always get it. I just call hacker and alt chat to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
You damn hacker.
Well, you just gotta your save your RNGesus.
Gabe.
Ooh, well, they come down on a 5-5. Look at the damage! Oh man! Taking it so quick in this fight, and they're gonna take the first fight out of the hands of this Ember. They're gonna line up the end of the day. They've got stun, and oh my Samus! Put the guns away. Through everybody.
Yeah, and there's a big problem with Razor. Like, he has no armor item. Walks up the hill alone, gets stunned by an LA. Completely destroyed it. Is Lina here? We spoke with her. Deals a lot of damage.
9k lead to a 4k lead. Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. It was also a very impressive stun by Somnus.
Dire's middle
Yeah,
tower
the Aegis
is
respawn. He
under
couldn't
attack.
slide over and away.
I mean, I remember spoken about it. Firefly hasn't done anything.
Dire's middle tower
No,
has fallen.
not much. He ran in and tanked, but pretty much that's
He
it.
dies so fast.
All of a sudden, they're just on high ground.
Like this application, this game is pretty far from up. Like we talked about it a little bit more here, but there's no buyback. Remember,
They don't have any buyback on now. All three of these. Granted, the Razor's back now, but I mean, they're just gonna get tier 3.
yeah, like Somnus is really angry.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
The Satanic has been really clutch. It just allows him to stand there and hit with it.
Finger won't put his storm. It's quick enough. This punch comes in. GT, a lot of damage. He's a lot of damage, but they've got the snowball falling in 3 heroes. Up, killed off. It's turned into a pool of blood. Courage. He's got the X. The right on top of this ogre. 60 seconds without this freezer and a bonus from again. The Hex is flying off the back of the load, so the Astro Prism made the Exorcist. The Ghost doing so much damage to JT has still stand his ground. He'll land the Meteor Hammer onto Chalice, and Emo get credit for that kill. But man, this game is back to even, and IG are teetering on the edge of losing it all.
And Flap died again. Like this Razor is really getting any like item progression going. He went for the Satanic, but did he manage to hit anyone that was fighting with the Satanic? No, like twice in a row.
He was running.
Yeah, both fights. Makes me wonder, is optimization just a big problem? He no impact in any of those fights, right? It's like mostly the Odie, the Lions, a little bit of the Ember.
Money to burn.
Yeah, some of it is just monster. Right? He just finished AC, going MKB next. Like, his damage is through the roof. His survivability is really high now.
And this is the Somnus everybody was looking for when he was on Elephant.
Yeah, he wasn't.
And it goes back to dynamics and the way that team played. Too many cooks. But here,
And now
he feels more free, right?
yeah,
Play his game.
for sure. Definitely. By no means did they win the game. Like if he gets caught out on lane, he can still die very easily. But they definitely gotta take engagements like a little bit better on the IG side. Razor cannot be the one going in and die first anymore. Like he needs to output a lot of damage in other fights.
And everything that through in that fight was
Every time he looks up, Alice.
both times. On the finger,
Thank you.
on the Hex.
So, the tele as well, which is not a buff up for this range.
Roche is up.
Just spawn. Are they doing it?
They're just gonna come in.
They're not showing anywhere. They're pretty much run so fast.
It is so fast, and now they're just not gonna react. Wow. All of a sudden, this game, it feels like it's RNG in the driver's seat. They've picked it up.
The refresher shot.
Prof.
Double Actus, double B. Yeah, now all of a sudden this game looks pretty rough for IG. It's
Illusion.
it's not easy, but maybe not. They're showing bottom lane.
Too much. I'm too mid. G.
The Razor, he took the last big item, which just gives the armor. Plus, he realized also that, oh, Nina's hitting a little too hard.
Nina's really hard. And also, it's weird. I rupture.
Sure, you rupture him. Razor's not the same hero anymore.
Dire are scanning.
30 minutes into the game, just about 39, and RNG, they've evened the game back up. It was a 9K lead for IG, and RNG, they are kind of searching. Actus them early, but coming through in a few. That's not one. Emo now forced to back away. That is Actus now used, and at least for the moment, it's used.
Yeah, it's start. Yeah, they want to go back to the game.
As well as the Hex. Over the finger will clean him up so he can go. It's assassin. The buyback of the heal is hitting the price. The damage coming from the brand. Has to kill onto the lot. Sonic is standing there like a machine gun. Right away. G backed off for the moment. They're gonna maybe run out, but it's the skill. The field hex. Now they're getting by the Lotus Orb. They've got the snowball blowing the tentacles all the way over to first. By DT that goes here and chains. That's through onto Felix. Felix has got buyback. Look over at Chapman, and they give themselves 3. There is Sonic. There is Bloodseeker. God is nowhere to be found. There is missing posters all over this.
They got so outplayed there, like darting in and out very well, but especially with the double chains followed up by the double impale.
The double doesn't really do anything.
It did nothing. He turns around and got kind of super well played by BG. The spell usage was off the charts in this fight. I'm gonna try to force them to buybacks, and if they don't buy back, it might be Rex. They don't have the best build. That's the problem.
Very deep build from the Razors we've been seeing in the past, right? No pressure.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by that as well. Yeah, a little bit later. But there are many item builds before the game is over.
True.
Just like the balance worked it wonderfully.
I'm not damning it, but
well, I was about to.
There was usually like earlier.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting to see that it's just not even, at least for the moment, in his mindset.
It's not really like most damage output is probably by JT. Like, right, so hard.
Yeah, it feels like it.
He's 400 pure damage.
Even there with him. At least for RNG. Samus though, he's really just damage dealer for RNG for the most part.
Wait, he's got MKB now as well.
Yeah.
He's filthy rich. He's filthy.
Oh, IG take like a 5k lead off that, but still, I was one bad fight from RNG. The game's still even in my eyes.
Yeah, gold match mean a whole lot. Like ODX, you know, if he gets X, you know, it's like 4 heroes. Like he hexes Lena, bam bam bam, Astro ult on. This game is, yeah, like this is why a lot of people pay big in Dota, especially the players. It's so unpredictable. Anything can happen. You get stunned, 1 second dead.
Really, it has just become us.
Yeah. Has Blink, or Staff, both.
See, IG look for the timing because the stage is going to expire in 15 seconds. We've seen teams take advantage of things where they've got the timing down right, and they look to push a fight at that moment, but on opposite sides of the map, not going to be the case right now.
He's blood dusted. He can solo kill anybody at this point.
He's going to refresher, and he's half a level away from 20. Felix, okay, gets the slow up with BKB Popeye, trying to get the damage out. He cleans up X, who, well, doesn't have buyback at the moment, but they're not losing risk. Felix, 2 years gone on the side of RG with the buyback available on Tusk. So quick tap from Emo. Well, another exorcism. He's gonna blink forward from Chalice. Spirits looking on a 5-5. They won't be able to keep up with the Razor.
Fighting on a dire vision, you have to be very careful.
Emo.
Oh, God King potentially.
Does he have the damage with the Statos? He's also thinking Divine here.
Alright, that's pretty bold. I don't think they need that, but let's see if we actually use it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Let's
is under attack.
Vision.
Maybe he doesn't need it. I feel like Emo's kind of feeling himself this game.
Yeah, but at the same time, he gets stunned by you lose that rapier, Bloodseeker or Lena get it. You are in trouble, my friend.
Is this a game where losing the Divine Rapier is just like instant loss?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's great to pick up an investment. 12k gold swing. Maybe if you get like an Aegis right after, it could work. But it's like the only time I've really seen it. Yep, Nova.
Invisibility.
So who, for the most part, knows he's safe. Looks for the doesn't land it.
If that hits,
now
man.
we'll go away. Blink forward for GT with BKB, going right in. It's gonna be ruptured. They go after Silence, but they got themselves the Walrus Punch. They get the kill to GT. They'll take out the OD.
Very overzealous.
Oh, yeah.
That old dealt like no damage. Like it's important OD that actually asked for before Thanks for 100 mana. Oh, he's going on the Razor as well.
On the other side of the fight, we have the kill onto X-Nova. It's one slight that really does the damage there. Looking back for it, got King. He'll use that remnant to get Felix on the run, but not on the run quick enough.
Without the OD even. Like, yeah. JT was like, okay, I got this guy, so I'm gonna kill this lean, I'm gonna be game's hero, and that looked pretty foolish.
He was not made of obsidian on that one.
Never refuse gold given.
Yeah, like absolutely ripped apart. I don't really thought like.
It's the tunnel vision. Sometimes it just gets you.
I guess. The 5 heroes.
He thinks slows down. I'll be your hero. And then he's just dead.
And from hero to zero.
Was that the Hercules song? The animated one? From hero to zero?
Was it
zero to hero?
Yeah, from 0 to hero, yeah, I reversed it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was finding Nemo.
BKB powered by Sun, and it's Snap It's reflected with the YOLO Storm. Charles is being on it with that. They get kill on a Frisk, and they'll TP out Fly. They have found themselves kills there very quickly for RNG. They look at Roche, but it's still a minute away.
Yeah, lucky. If Roche was right now, it would be RNGs. Oh man, these team fights are so chaotic. Like, it doesn't really feel like either of them really knows what's going on. Oh, I got this. I got this.
That's they're just so instant.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
It kind of feels like
my rapier.
Yeah, she went for it.
I mean, I have one of those on my jacket, but
now his crits are going to hurt a little bit.
I mean, he was hurting before because he got X-Nova down like one right click with just one sight.
Yeah, so it should be one hit now.
Yeah.
But GT is gonna be really careful because he's the guy who saved Emo and we're gonna initiate it on.
Dire's structures.
You can't be just going in like that.
Only if it's like an absolute kick.
Yeah.
Alright.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Actual damage onto the tier 2 top. And Roche is available. That is, well, free.
I hope. We bought APS, so now I'm gonna be like super defensive kind of playstyle, you know?
Was Aegis, Cheese,
everything.
Refresh Shard, Ag's Blessing. There's 2 cheeses there. They're not eating their cheese.
Protein.
Swiss.
What's your favorite cheese?
I'm a big
bottom tower is under attack.
Lumi. Can we have the cheese conversation at the
end of last year as well?
Oh yeah.
And we talked about it a lot.
Yeah, do you think the cheese that drops is always the same cheese, or is it like different?
I think they're all different aged.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Yeah. I feel like the later the cheese drops for 4 or 6 Roshan, like they should heal more. Right? Then it's just a different vintage.
The first one's like an American cheddar. Nobody wants it.
Last one's a Gouda.
Yeah, get yourself a nice pepper jack.
I should have failed it, okay, to prevent burst. He's all on Ember. Oh, that's the refresher. Finally.
Yeah, finally comes out. That's late refresher.
Yeah, and we'll see.
And the last time you used that static link, it was onto a Lotus Orb, so.
Oh my god, Challenge is gonna be careful!
Slight comes out, Slight again. Now they've got the Hex. Drop down the statities. JT's gonna wake up immediately. They've got the damage coming in on Firefly, but Firefly is fantastic. Trying to survive. Frisk it ahead, and they've got Felix. Felix is gonna buy back, as does Frisk. They're into the fight. They've got the Astro Imprisonment, but it's saved the life of Firefly. They've got the Hex. Probably there's a Slight Fist as well. Seer Jimmy. They've got the stun. Down. Alias is over the hook in the first light out of his hands. Now they'll set up right on top. They've got all 5 heroes to look over at the Lena, and they sure as hell have the damage to get the gun of Somnus, taking away that 6-time kill streak.
And we're gonna heal with faces. Yeah, I got this. Critic for like 1400 every time. It's ridiculous.
So RNG are up 5K
for the twins.
So much damage from Emo, 8.5
cows.
He has like the massive 5-head where he like goes rapier, and then he goes for this Aeon Disc, which means he's like literally unkillable actually. It makes perfect sense now. But he's like such a big threat now, and it can't handle him. DP no buyback, there might be Rex. Potentially too. Building damage is not lacking anymore when you emphasize Death Storm, Rapier, and Aeons. If he wants to hit it. Please, once. Like, oh yeah, okay, let's go.
Radiant's middle
back.
barracks
I'm just
are under
being-
attack.
You're about Demo?
Mid tier 3 goes down. They're gonna look over at
Radiant's
the
middle
melee
barracks
racks.
has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower
And go
is
towards
under
bottom.
attack.
50. So that Death Prophet's up. I would assume
Radiant's
if
bottom
Somnus is
tower
gonna buy back, it'll be
fallen.
off the Death Prophet timer.
Yeah, Lina really doesn't want to buy back here though,
Radiant's
because it gives
bottom
us
barracks are under
GG
attack.
condition.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Never want to do
has
that
fallen.
if you can avoid it. But now, this is the problem. Razor reached critical mass. He tried to kill him for so long in that last fight. Now he's
That
double
Satanic
BKB.
just did work.
Double Satanic. No, he now has 80 as well, so the armor problem is there no longer. Sure, they still did a lot of damage, but they also got the OD to save. So, like, the late game is definitely in IG's hands, especially with the way they item best, so let's see if they can capitalize on it.
I do every single time, but I'll jinx it at the 50-minute mark anyway. We could see tier 5 items.
Book of Shadows and the Book of the Damned, Force Boots. What else? It's like super uneventful and boring. Apex.
They'll just somehow glitch the game and it drops Royal
Dota
Jelly.
is a great conductor.
That's something gives like 1500 health region.
Dire are
That would be
scanning.
some Royal Jelly.
Yeah. Like I can't Royal Jelly get like 2 just peasantly.
Not royal at all. I would bow down to that jelly.
False advertisement. I was pretty upset.
So,
Yeah.
God King. He's not fully recovered, but he is there with JT in terms of net worth. Although, that being said, Somnus, 43,000 net worth.
Did someone take the axe as well from the Roche?
Yep.
Pretty weird decision. Because he's never using spells anymore, you know, it's just right. Imagine if you give that axe an success and he just borrows into a fight, that sounds...
Sets himself up. And going in here for Dallas, so John sees the it's almost set. Not as much like immediately the Snowfall going in, but it's going down on a nobody. Then look over right now with the BKBB Popeye. And they've got the refresher. And they got it. Oh my God! They won't be able to win this fight. They'll get the kill to God. No buyback. They'll take out Chalice. Chalice dead for 99 seconds. He has buyback as well. But man, oh man.
He stole the damage on the Razor. Double link, double scanning, double BKB. Now they're tipping him because they know your early game was not good, but now you're doing it, Fly. You are finally carrying us.
He felt like a bit of a non-factor early on, and they now have the Divine Rapier in Emo's hands, and there is one in Somnus' hands.
Yeah. Someone has to be so careful now. They got to make initiation on him. He can't get caught like that again.
Positioning needs to be very careful. There's so many ways for IG to kind of come in on this, and Frisk is playing aggressively where he just wants to play X-No. When he does that, there's the slight, there's the damage on X-No. He has buyback. He's going to buy back on Chalice as well. The damage on a quick damage coming out from Somnus is very hard. Now stuck via the shards. They've got the Hex. The first half of the high, the blood right down, but it's not going to land on any of the heroes on the side of the ID. Blade throw from Chalice. There's the stun coming from Ollie. It's a 4x multicast. That is good luck for him. Snowball comes out. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, they're looking over Fly by X-Nova trying to keep up with him. Back up to the left side of the fight, they've got Felix as well as Bloodseeker of God King trying to get the kill on Ollie. They'll take him out. They don't have Frisk for 90 seconds, but they do have Ollie with buyback. He's going to use it. He gets popped.
He has no buyback on the DP.
Chalice in trouble. He's going to drop. He pops the BKB. There's no chance he's derived. Spike Carapace is used X-Nova. It stuns them all up, but even with another slight and with another kill in just a snap of the fingers.
And there are only 3 left now. Both of them used buyback already. This is at best a 4v3 scenario for RNG. DD Rune just top it off. Why not? Not the most impactful. This gives 150, but
I was meant to have this.
I don't think they're gonna push for anything more, and they're probably just gonna wait for. Actually, smoking up.
Whoa!
Trying to go offensive here.
A minute left to potential Roche.
They got the nullifier now, Bloodseeker. So potentially
JT.
Aeon just
They're behind him.
For a hex target, he's looking
Intentionally
for.
set up the right way for this 5-5 moving forward. Field not going to land. You got to assume that RNG caught a little bit of a glimpse of that, and they're going to back up to the base.
They want to burst down this Ember. He doesn't. He has this, but they got Nullifier. On the Ember with the Tusk and burst him down. That could be
Radiant's middle tower
winning play here.
This is rough.
Radiant's
No
top
Chalice, no
tower
X Nova. Slight comes
BKB.
through with BKB coming up from God King now. And here comes Blink looking for the Walrus Punch. Field's not going to hit. Right clicks coming in, taking out the Observer Ward, so getting himself through the drive. The right click's coming in from Saunders. He's about to be hit. Here's the JT. Here comes Saunders. No! It's a Satanic! Oh, man! Alright, he's gone! Oh my god! It's an Dream coming up from Saunders as well as a Rampage! Saunders survived! I don't believe it! He was a sliver of health away!
Radiant's middle tower
The
is under
Satanic
attack.
game team!
One Satanic hit brought him back to full HP because he.
Oh my god! What was that damage?
And he also brought back.
8,000 damage!
Did you see that the Ember brought back? Also because he blinked on top of the Lina. He's like, oh, one more hit will do it. And no, he's back to full health.
Nobody even cares about the Divine Rapier. Why would you?
Well, they're leaving for the block.
For Callus, alright.
Alright, the DP. Okay, let's go.
I pad those net worth stats.
Well, suddenly this game doesn't look as fun anymore. It might just be over. They can just run down this probably.
There's still 80 seconds until anybody's up without buyback. You've got 40 for JT. Saunders, what is this?
And look at his health bar. Look at the Ember position. He was so sure he was gonna die.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
5 health! 5 health! Oh my god, the difference is 5 health!
That is brutal. And all bought back for that as well.
Oh god!
Radiant's
yeah.
middle tower
They
is
can do it.
under
This game is over. GG. I mean, Somnus this entire game looked like an absolute
Straight force. Yeah. Okay. JT's gonna try and stop it. He's gonna try and do the best they do with the glyph. 30 seconds on all 3 of those heroes without buyback, but just, I mean, Saunders. He's got the Divine Rapier. He's ready to go. He's gonna moonshot in his backpack to go with the blink as well. The Hex, the right click damage coming in from JT, trying to make it happen to get the kill on Saunders. There's your spike.
Wait, they're actually doing it. They're doing it.
They hope they can buyback comes out from one, but they get the kill on the Frizz. He's not buyback on the no. X Nova, he's still burrowed up. The Saunders not timing in the second. They get the kill on the Razor. Another one goes to the tier 4. Ancient's exposed. GT in. He's got the Astral Prison, but the Spirit Cipher. That's a knife to get that kill on a JT. They look over at the Ancient. They've got a again. Emo coming forward, but with the Exorcism should be put into the base and the series. G, they will take out IG in a barn burner of a game 3.
Wow. Okay, like an ending like this doesn't happen every time where 5 HP, 1 hit, back to full health. Like, and even at the end there, he could have very well died, but he just couldn't get the BKB off the Razor.
And look at that. He's just so composed.
He's holding back, you know. He's like. I just did that. Yeah, everybody knows I did that. I don't need to show any emotions. He's like, did you see that?
That was the smirk.
Yeah. A little bit.
He knows the webcam's on 5 health, and I'm never in doubt. Come on. Oh my god.
Like, who do you fools think I am?
God, who do you think I was? Or whatever the quote is, I forget.
Dude,
Jesus.
he had no buyback. He got this game over.
Yeah, and 5 health.
and it's everybody, they all blinked on top of.
So much, like,